ready, and good to begin for tonight's session, ladies and gentlemen, for the PokePod World Podcast. Tonight's going to be a fun night. And hey
Sorry.
there, Polly. Yes, today is going to be a fun
Sorry.
night, I'd say. Oh my god, you're excited for so. What happened, buddy?
It keeps playing.
What
Okay.
keeps climbing?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, so tonight we're going to be talking about the latest episode of PM 2019 because you'd be surprised, but the episode actually released. No, nobody knows this, but it actually is true. The episode did actually release. So we're going to talk about that for a bit. And we're also going to be talking about of course, the big thing for tonight. The one thing I assume is going to be taking most of the session. The ED rankings, where we're going to be focusing on part one of the ED ranks, which is based on the original series down to DP. So it's going to be 29 endings total, I believe, for part one. Whereas part two is going to be 21. So we're going to see how things are going to turn out for that. That's 50 ending songs in total that we're going to be pretty much breezing through. So I'm really curious to see how this is all going to be approached because even I myself don't know how we intend to go through this. But one thing's for certain, we're not going to be basing it off the full version, the CD release. We're only going to be basing it off the visuals and the song itself. Because if we decide to go with the full version, I feel like we're going to have more than two parts in this one. So to keep things simplified, we're going to keep it for 50 endings total based on the TV versions and the variations. When I say variations, I mean like how Kimi no Soba De has like 3 to 4 different versions, and in X and Y we had those remixes of Dream, Dori Dori, as well as another song which I completely forgot at the top of my head. But yeah, you get the idea. So before we continue though, let's introduce everybody that's in the call right now. We got our buddy TSS also joining in
How you
on the
doing?
fun. How you doing? Ready to go,
I'm ready to
buddy?
kick. I'm ready to kick some ass. But before we do that, I'm going to break character real fast, and just say apologize for everything that happened last week. That was very interesting time, and it was not my finest moment. It takes a real man to admit when he's wrong. And last week, especially in the last half an hour, I really dropped the ball. So I'd like to apologize for that. That being said, it's time to kick some ass in this.
Yeah, yeah, buddy. Let's get it for tonight. Tonight's gonna be
Let's
fun.
go.
We're gonna take a little bit of time. We're gonna take the bullshit hour and make it into like a half an hour segment for tonight, or like 15 minutes, because there are a couple of things that I need to address before we get
Yes.
into our ED rankings. I also linked for you guys here in the Discord group that tier maker list I made that hopefully has all the EDs in order when you do the tier list, but it's going to be based off the visuals that I got from the pocketmonsters.net site, basically. Hey, KG, did you get Gala? Not yet. I did not, but I'm waiting for the tenfold free summons to go through first before I then decide to see if I have to use my money or not. I will say though, I'm very happy with the Dragalia event. In case you guys didn't know, on Friday we had the Dragalia Lost. This is going to be one of the many discussions we're going to be having right now. Dragalia Lost had a direct of sorts, about 20 minutes talking of what they intend to do for the 2.5 anniversary, which is ongoing right now, focusing on the lore of Dragalia. So there's that happening right now, but they also announced one of my absolute favorite bombshell announcements in that event. They actually confirmed that there is going to be an official OST release of the Dragalia Lost CD Year 2, which includes songs from March 2020 down to March 2021. So I'm very much excited for that. Cannot wait to get my hands on that. They also confirmed that it'll also be available for streaming platforms as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Also, March 31st is going to be a hell of a day for a lot of people out there. For starters, it's going to be the day we're going to be seeing Mario's execution happen live on stream or something, because they're having a Nintendo Direct of some sort killing Mario on stream. So that's going to be interesting. We also know that the Among Us game is going to be getting a brand new map, including some brand new hats and accessories as well, which I believe we're going to be doing a Among Us birthday stream on Wednesday. So look forward to that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, we're going to be celebrating birthday, having fun with the Guild and even some other folks out there to go and have a little bit of Among Us, because what better way to celebrate the new map and Mario's execution than with a stream. There's a lot of things happening on March 31st. I also believe that what else is there? Fire Emblem, that little NES game that got released on the Nintendo Switch, is also going to be disappearing. So if you haven't had a chance to get that game yet as well, make sure to purchase your hands on it. This is why I also hate digital platforms, because that means they're able to take away shit that shouldn't. So yeah, there's that. Let me see what else am I missing off the top of my head. Okay, let's start talking about the episode. Why don't we? I think that's the first thing we should talk about before we get into the ED rankings. So the episode actually released. Yeah, a lot of people might not notice, but the episode actually did release on a website that I am very unfamiliar with. I assume, TSS, you have some knowledge as to what's going on, because I believe you were the one who brought this to our attention a while back.
Paravi. It was one of the Japanese streaming services called Paravi. Now, I have not gotten my hands off of that yet, but I do know that Paravi has put the episode up prematurely, while on the other platforms they are not. Now, normally a lot of the major platforms like DTV, Amazon, Hulu, well, that's not on Hulu anymore, but those platforms, they usually share a common video. However, Paravi broke Street Date, and still don't have I still have not gotten my hands on it, but I do know that it exists.
Yeah, so the episode is technically out right now. As TSS stated, it broke Street Date. And it also includes the preview that's going to be coming for the episode after that, which is where those images that a lot of people might have been noticing on social media have been dropping from. Apparently, from what I'm being told, is that it came from there, because obviously that's where the episode came from. So it only makes sense that the preview would also accompany it. I'm kind of surprised that they're kind of just throwing it up front in your face, like, oh yeah, this thing evolved, and I guess you're just going to see it in the episode. I don't know how to feel about that, honestly. But, of course, we have to wait for when the episode drops, of course, to get a full opinion on the preview. And, of course, the episode itself, whenever that drops as well in April. Aside from that, there was also another big thing that was being discussed as well during today in particular, which is the fact that the Iris episode might finally have an official date for release. At least according to what we're reading so far. Apparently on April 30th, we're going to be getting an episode, I think, titled Past, Present, and Future versus Kairyu, which is supposed to reference that Dragonite's going to be a Pokemon that they're going to have to face. Which Dragonite exactly? I don't know, but a lot of fans are speculating that it could be none other than, of course, Iris's Dragonite. However, at the same time, we also have to remember there are a bunch of other trainers out there who also own Dragonites as well, such as Claire and Lance, who is currently in the PM series. So, but I know his signature mon is Gyarados, so why wouldn't they use that instead? So, yeah, there's a lot of speculation and theories as to what that could hint at. As of right now, we don't exactly know regarding where this could all take place. But my buddy Ebo actually sent me an image not too long ago. You guys might remember this in the call. You know those little candy toys that...
yeah, the Pokemon Kidzu. Pokemon Kidzu.
Yeah, so a while back, they did this as well for Pokemon Sun and Moon and even prior generations. And I know this might sound dumb, but sometimes those things can actually be, you know, noteworthy to kind of talk about, because they can indeed involve spoiler stuff. So I'm not going to show the image here in the actual stream itself, but just to kind of let people know, we do have characters here such as Leon, Ryan, and we also get to see the Fossil Dragon Pokemon as well, specifically the ones that Ash and Go have. And then there are some interesting mons in the mix. So, for example, we see there, I think it's a Floette. I see a Vaporeon, a Umbreon, an Ice Cube. I think it's that penguin Pokemon with the ice cube on its head.
Yeah.
The Kirby's, Galarian Moltres, Galarian Articuno, and Galarian Zapdos. But the other one that I didn't bring up is Haxorus. And this is where everybody's starting to think that potentially what we could be seeing in that versus Kaido match is not only just the Dragonite, but also Iris's Axu evolving into a Haxorus, and that will also be used in that episode as well. But it seems like the main Pokemon that'll be the focus will be given to the Dragonite. And thankfully, I'm very much excited for that. Now, of course, this is still in early speculations. Nobody knows what's going to be happening off-screen land. Well, I mean, to be fair, these are the kind of off-screen lands I approve because Iris has been gone for the series for almost a decade now. So, yeah, I would expect that she would develop at some form. I'm probably now. Here's my thing though. What I want for them to sort of do, and this is something that they haven't done yet, but I would love for them to do in PM. Don't make this a single episode. let's not do that again. I feel like for big characters like this one, with Iris in particular, it needs to be more than a single episode. I'm not really liking the single episode approach. It worked with Alola because they are still in Alola. So whenever Ash and Co go back, they're bound to run into one of them in Alola. It's a small island after all. With Iris, who's a character that tends to walk around the world, similar to Ash and Go do, it kind of would be difficult to do that. So maybe let's keep Iris in for an episode or two to at least celebrate her return. And of course, if we're gonna do that,
the only problem is according to the original poster that quote unquote found the title because they found the episode title in a TV guide.
Yeah.
Then that's it. We just don't have any summary. We don't have any more information. Just that it's just going to be airing.
Yeah, and that a Dragonite's going to be involved. And the fact that it's titled Past, Present, and Future is kind of indicating like Iris's character because she was a character from the past coming into the present now. And potentially whatever's going to go down in this episode could lead to her future form, which is Champion Iris, which I don't know how that'll work in the anime. But hey, the anime has given us BW Bianca and BW2 Sharon. So, I mean, anything's pretty much possible with this show at this point. So, so that's a thing. But anything else noteworthy that you guys found from last week? Or anything maybe from what I was talking about for the Dragonite that you guys want to put 2 cents on? Into the mix, or should we move on into the next topic?
Well, yeah, let's go on to the next. Go ahead. No, go ahead, Polly.
No, I don't really have anything. I'm just looking forward to it.
All right, then. So let me continue on then with some other things I do have to also address as well, because we do have a couple of other stuff that I think is also noteworthy to talk about that I don't feel is like a full session. But a few days ago, I think 2 days ago to be exact, the Nintendo 3DS has turned 10 years old. Jesus Christ,
Wow.
I didn't think about that until somebody pointed it out. And that somebody was Nintendo themselves. So yeah, 10 years ago, the Nintendo 3DS was released in North America. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I did not buy the 3DS when it first initially released. Therefore, I never got the Ambassador Pack that included the GBA games in it. I don't know if anybody else does, but...
No. I bought mine in December 2011.
Okay, I bought mine around basically X and Y. I think it was like a month or two before X and Y, which makes me mad because I don't think the X and Y 3DS was announced at that time. So I ended up buying it before that 3DS got announced. So
because then we had the other ones where it was the 2DS launch with that as well.
But I think it was just a generic design, wasn't it? It wasn't like an exclusive art design like the X and Y one.
Correct.
What were you saying, Paul?
Oh no, just so many good memories. There was a tweet that went around that said, "What were your favorite games / memories that you've had with the 3DS?" And three of mine were obviously Pokemon games, but Tomodachi Life was.
I'm saying, man, if they bring Tomodachi Life to the Switch, that's gonna be my one game I'm gonna be spending hours on.
My favorite memory of the 3DS is first the early days of the ARM9 loader hacks where I spent 7 hours downgrading my land to 2.0, 2.1 and using the freaking Emu land, and now to get custom firmware on a freaking 2D on a 3DS now takes 10 minutes, not 7 hours.
Yeah, technology really has advanced back in the old days. Hey, Tyrone, happy 10-year anniversary for the Nintendo 3DS.
Oh, sweet. I like the 3DS.
Yeah, we were just talking about favorite games in general, and then TSS was talking about mods here. But Tyrone, I guess to pass it on to you, buddy. Like, what's your favorite 3DS memory or 3DS games?
3DS. Let's see. Outside of actually, I have my 3DS sitting on my desk. So, yeah, I always keep it near me. There's some really, I really love the 3DS. It's probably my favorite portable, just out of period. Because obviously, like with its library, you have its library plus the DS, so it pretty much can do all of it. Weirdly, a lot of the games I like come from the Virtual Console, so they weren't originally for the 3DS. But if I had to pick 3DS specific games, we're looking at, I like the Blaze Blue Continuum Shift X stands, which was on the 3DS. Dream Drop Distance was pretty fun. I like that game.
I'm surprised that ran on the 3DS, honestly.
Yeah, I am too, actually. Let's see, what else do we have here? The Monster Hunter game that was for the 3DS. That's very fun. I like that. Etran Odyssey. I love Etran Odyssey. That was a good game. I'm trying to look through my other collection of stuff. Oh yeah, Dragon Ball Z Extreme Budoten was on the 3DS. I liked that. That was fun. And let's see what else. And I liked Auras for the brief month that I had the interest in it.
For actual games for me, definitely one of the most underrated is Harmonite. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, Harmonite's good. Yeah,
Harmonite's really good. I need to freaking play Conception 2 again. I actually enjoyed that game.
Isn't that on the Switch?
No.
Or am I thinking of another game that has Conception?
You're thinking of another game.
Okay.
Conception. I bought Conception 2 with the soundtrack. And that was like one of the only times I've actually done that. Yeah, I played maybe 11 hours, I guess, and I need to go back to it if I can find a damn cartridge. MK7. I mean, come on, that's the game I bought with the damn system. So I mean, it's Mario Kart 7 was a huge.
Yeah, I love Mortal Kombat 7.
Wasn't Fire Emblem Awakening was on there? I like that one. Yeah, I like Fire Emblem Awakening. Actually, Fire Emblem Awakening actually got me back into Fire Emblem. So
surprisingly enough,
watch games too. Yeah.
The big memory I have with the Nintendo 3DS, as weird as this might sound, was the time me and TSS went to the opening or the grand opening of the Nintendo New York store.
Yes.
Because around that time, the Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS were the things that they had promoting. So what made it really cool was in that event, both me and TSS got the opportunity to see the man himself, the legend, Charles Martinet, a.k.a. the voice of Mario himself there.
Yes.
Take a picture with him. It's very fond memory there. But what made it so special for me as well was that we were able to be inside that store, I think, an hour or two before the public could.
Yes, that's correct.
What made that even better was that despite us being inside, that didn't restrict us from purchasing products before the public. So inside there, I bought, and I have these over here. Well, actually, no, I took them down because we're going to be painting up this place in just a day or two. I have the giant yarn Yoshi.
Boys, and then we just see his wall cracking.
It's like cracks and holes in the wall. Like, Jesus Christ, what happened here? Nah, but I have a giant yarn Yoshi plush, which was for the Yoshi's Woolly World game. But the big one to me particular was the Fire Emblem Fates collection. Now, the Fire Emblem Fates collection was the one that came included with the Fire Emblem Conquest, and I think it was Birthright or something like that. But it also came with the third one. I forgot what the name of the third Fire Emblem game was, but it all came in one cartridge in that collection. And it is one of my personal favorite Fire Emblem games. I know people hate it. I know people don't like that game, especially when you look at other Fire Emblem games. But to me, Fates was the game that got me into Fire Emblem. So yeah, that's something there. So yeah, I love Revelations. Thank you, John Game, for that. I absolutely love that game, and that memory I had in Nintendo New York during its opening was very fond, and it's also another Nintendo 3DS experience.
One thing I still like that the 3DS does and that the Switch fucking hasn't yet is themes.
Yeah. Yeah, because I ended up buying I think it was the rocket theme. Also, I think it was gold, the heart, the soul, the gold and silver theme, and also the Komasan theme.
I got the red versus green theme.
Yeah, that's the one I got as well.
Wait, you mean on the like
The 3DS
the
theme
home
when you like
screen?
turn on the console.
Yeah, like
Oh
when you
yes, I
turn
have
it
it.
on, there's a little wallpaper background accompanied by some music.
Oh yeah, I have the gold and silver one.
Yeah.
As usual.
Well, and also, Homebrew has allowed us to actually create our own themes, which I really like too. So, the Homebrew scene on the 3DS is amazing. You should
It
check it out.
pains me that Switch doesn't let you do that.
What do you mean? It gives you the option to go black or white.
All right.
That's it.
No, like I said, it's paying tribute to the Dangerous album. You know that.
Doesn't matter if black or white.
Yeah.
But what if I want Smash Brothers in the background?
Too bad.
Yeah,
Oh.
pretty much.
You gotta run Atmosphere on your Switch, and you gotta make sure that you have the one with the boot exploit. The boot
Oh
bomb
man,
exploit.
do I really have to? Well, actually, I have like 100 switches. I don't think modding one of them is gonna really be that bad for me. I need to. You know what? I might need to do one of these mods one day on stream just to see how this shit will turn out. But yeah,
You
so
gotta buy- you
I'm
gotta get
excited
the
to try
jig, yeah,
that.
so, of course. But
Yeah,
yeah,
weirdly enough, I was gonna say, yeah, weirdly enough, the virtual console is where I wound up getting most of my games for the 3DS because they're all the older games are on sale here.
yeah,
Legend
including
of
the Game
Zelda.
Gear ones, well, you could play like freaking Sonic Triple Trouble and shit. You know, Game Gear.
I actually have that. Yeah, I have Sonic Triple Trouble right here.
It also came included with some of my personal favorite, like 3DS eShop kind of exclusive titles. I think
Yeah.
Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, I think, was one of those.
Yes.
And I
Not to
love them.
mention, not even just to mention Shantae and the Pirate. The first Shantae that came out for the Game Boy is on here, and you don't have to pay $100 to get it.
Yeah, so it's like there's a lot of things the 3DS has in its belt, man, and much
Well,
respect
and
to
also-
that in the new 3DS
well,
too.
and also in regards to the Virtual Console, Game Freak actually did a huge service and made Gen 1 and Gen 2 games talk to each other via Wi-Fi and hook
Yeah.
my home too. So that's
Yeah.
freaking crazy, you know.
Although I will
give
say
them-
they pulled a fast one on my dumb ass. So, story time. I remember 3DS had Pokemon Gold and Silver for the Virtual Shop, and that was it. I was like, okay, I guess they're not doing Crystal, whatever. Months later, oh, we're doing Pokemon. Fuck, that means I gotta buy the. Like, why would y'all do that? Why would y'all pigeonhole me and make it seem like I got no choice? And
Money.
then finally, yeah, I was gonna say, and then finally, Crystal version comes out, and it's like, oh yeah, we got that, by the way. Damn, I didn't know.
Did it similarly like how
they
they
never
did
even
Gold and Silver.
They never even announced that they were gonna do that. They just did it, and I'm like, you bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm very thankful I waited because I was able to play Crystal in that point, and I love that game. I think Crystal, while a very boring region and whatnot, I really do love Gold, Silver, and Crystal. I think they're very fun. Low on the grinding part though,
I love
but like
Crystal.
everything else is great.
My favorite
Pokemon
Pokemon
Crystal.
game. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pokemon Crystal, my favorite Pokemon game.
And
I
also,
love
if you
it.
ever want to say, cross promotion, ever want to see those Crystal playthroughs we did, we have them available on
Yeah.
Tyrone's channel, so go check that out. We also have the red blue one too. Well, we'll call them based on the 3DS versions, even though they're not.
Yeah.
But yeah, so great console, great games. I love the 3DS. Has some of my fond memories there. Maybe not as much as with like the Nintendo DS or the Wii. I still can't acknowledge what it has given to me though, regardless. So yeah, good times all around. So I think before we continue on to our main topic for tonight, let me just double check to see if we have anything else that's noteworthy to talk about for news here.
Oh, I got something for Sword and Shield if you play that.
All right, go ahead.
And I gotta remind myself to do this too, actually. So they got a little event for if you want to get some candies, some experience candies. And it's gonna be done at April 3rd. So you literally got like a few days to do it. Give me 1 second, let me pull it up. Extra large. Yeah, they're extra large EXP candies too.
Oh, the
Extra
XL's
large
one.
and
Yeah.
extra.
I think it was
Yep.
XL candies and what else was it? It was something else. I think it was like nuggets. It was
Yeah,
like 10 nuggets or
yeah.
something like that.
So let me go to the web. You guys talk while I go look it up, and then I'm gonna tell you guys how to get it.
All right then. So,
Also,
go.
also another thing to note. For Yokai Watch, the last episode of the series for Y Academy will be number 63, which will be a week before, so April 2nd. So Yokai's not taking a break. So 63 episodes are will be the last one, and then they're gonna go to the new series.
All right,
Still
I found
no
it.
information though.
I found it. Here's the code. It's Adventure B9F. So you want to enter the code, spell the word adventure, and then B9F.
So we have to go to the 9th basement floor to get him. The pieces
Jesus
of shit.
Christ.
Exactly. I know, right? What the fuck?
Who
Let's
are
go
we
deep into
infiltrating
shit.
for this shit? But all I'm getting are nuggets?
Yep, you're getting candy and 12 candies and 12 nuggets.
I'm chimkin noogies, man. I want them.
Yep, but it'll help you if you want to level up really fast, and it'll get you a lot of money because, you know, nuggets. Oh, there you go. So make sure you, if you're playing Sword and Shield, enter that code.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that'll be if I ever open up my Sword and Shield game again, which I haven't touched that shit in a while, man. Not gonna lie to you. It's not that it's like a bad game or anything. It's just more so it's just been a long ass while is all.
I mean, there's been a lot of games out too recently. I know Monster Hunter just came out.
Yes, which by the way, we totally need to play that at some point.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I know a lot
I
of
gotta get
people.
my revenge for
I've
the
saw
demo.
people already tweet me saying they got rubies up in their game
Yeah,
now. So
I've
we
been
got some
seeing that.
ruby love going on. If I could actually go find that image real quick, I'm gonna go
Yeah, I've
do
been
that.
seeing that. A lot of people have been making ruby mods, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like everyone's just drawing them rubies, and I'm like, bro, I love it. So let me see. It was the gold miner in particular. He even uploaded a video where he's just like petting the ruby design, and I just love everything about it. Let me just do that. So, also, it's also been an interesting week. I want to say for fans because. Yeah, Monster Hunter Rise is out. I think that game sold what 4 million units, and surprisingly, I don't see a lot of people talking about the game online. I think everybody's just so busy playing the game that nobody really has any time to actually, talk about the game itself. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Monster Hunter Rise, great game from what it seems. A lot of people are loving it, and hopefully more people will continue to enjoy it as time progresses on. I heard that I think it's going to be getting a PC release next year. I think that's the case, as well as the Monster Hunter Stories games as well. So we'll see how that turns out when we get to that point. Nintendo man brought up a good point. Monster Hunter Rise was such a big deal that Japan, for certain jobs, actually gave them a day off for that game. That's how big Monster Hunter is, man.
Yeah.
So I really want to get that game so bad. Monster Hunter Stories 2 is 14 gigabyte. Jesus Christ, man. I hope they can fit that shit all in one cartridge because I'm not going to try to download that digitally at that point.
Well, yeah. I mean, it should be possible.
Yeah, I hope so because some people or some companies tend to be a little cheap, So, the Balan Wonder seizure. Yeah, so for Balan Wonderland, that game that came out that I think was created
Oh, you mean Knights? Yeah, I know what Knights is.
Yeah, that game, except we're talking about Seizure Nights here. Balan Wonderland is such a bad game that they even had like epilepsy things happen in the game without even giving any warnings whatsoever, to the point that the developers had to come out saying, oh, by the way, there's like this weird bug that causes epilepsy or that might cause some seizures for folks out there. So you might need to download this day one patch. And I'm like, I'm pretty confident that should have been in the cartridge itself instead of having to force people to download this. Why was this in the
put
base?
A giant seizure risk in the fucking game.
And it's not even like hinted or told to the audience before they got the game. No, it's just straight up seizures.
Are you winning, son, in the nights? Son, to see.
Yeah, so Savion brought up a good point. Yuji Naka is not catching a break at all.
Just seizing. Jesus.
Oh.
It's Knights. I'm sorry. Like, I make the joke, but every time I look at it, I think Knights. Knights Journeys in the Dream. I'm looking dead at it. I'm like, that's Knights. That's how all the characters in Knights look.
Yeah, but you know what? At least Knights doesn't make me go through a seizure phase, man.
That's true. I mean, yeah, you'll get her spinning and looping across those little orbs will give you some level of vertigo, but it's not gonna be seizure worthy.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, then. Now, with that being said, I feel like we got everything that we need to say out of the way, correct?
I believe we got everything out. Yeah.
All right, then. So, ladies and
I mean,
gents.
I know Mario's gonna die soon, isn't he?
Yeah, we were talking about the Nintendo Direct that's going to be happening on March 31st, where we're
What?
going to be seeing Mario's execution happen at
Yeah.
around 5 p.m. Eastern
I
Standard
just
Time.
want Mario. Where am I? And then you see the Skyrim guy across from him. New here, huh?
But it's a me, Mario. Yeah, tell that to the fuzz.
You're awake. So, for context, Molly, because I know you said, huh? Mario's 3DS collection, that one that comes with that comes with 64 Galaxy and
Sunshine.
Yeah, that's no longer going to be a thing soon. They're going to just stop selling that game.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's done.
I still have
Mario
yet to play.
And Mario 35 is done too, so that's done.
I feel bad for Mario 35 because that's honestly a fun game, especially like those mini events.
I don't understand why it has to die. That's my question. Like, yeah, I get it, the anniversary's over, but it's still a fun game.
I wish I knew what's going on with that, man. Sadly, I don't know myself. So, yeah, that's a thing. All right, then. So, you guys ready? I want to say, is there anything else we need to bring up?
If I've been quiet, it's actually because I'm doing my own personal tier ranking.
I actually gave you guys a link in the Discord. Hopefully, the website, when you open it, should have all the EDs in rank or in.
I just went there manually.
They're not in order.
Man. So I posted that shit in order from I labeled the pictures 1 through 50.
Most of them are in order. Like the ones at the the Alola, but even though we're not doing that this week, the later ones are in order.
So it's like the originals that are all messy. Well, in the one I did here, the one that I have here with me, let's go put this Pokeball here. I have everything here perfectly organized from ED1 down to ED number whatever this one is. I think that's 29 over here. So we have a lot to go through for tonight. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 29. 29 various endings to go through. This also, as you can see over here as well, you'll also notice that we got 2 of the same pictures, but they're actually different versions of it. We'll get to that when we get to it. We obviously have some of the more iconic ones that people love, like Takeshi's Paradise, which we'll be talking about soon as well. The AG ones. This song right here, the AG one, that I started growing on that one. We'll get to that soon. And then, of course, DP's famous variations of Dawn's song, getting 3 freaking versions of it. And then also getting 2 versions for its second ending. And then, of course, if we go to, say, X and Y, we have Doridoris. We have the character versions of the songs, like the Pootie-chan song, Team Rocket's song, Serena's version of that, the Ketchup song, the
Fun
Meow
fact, everybody, the entire cast except for Ash gets an ending song in XY.
Yeah, he got the opening song, that's why.
Yeah, well, also it's because freaking Rika's performance. What the hell?
Yeah, I feel like I just heard.
Bonnie gets one, Clement gets one, Serena gets one.
I felt like I hurt myself.
Yeah, I felt like I did too. Whatever. All right, so let's begin. First of all,
I refreshed the page. That's why. Sorry.
Okay. So to clarify, ladies and gents, this is how it's going to be working for tonight's session of the rankings for the endings. As we stated before, the first part of this ranking list is going to be based on just the original pre-reboot ending songs. So ending number 1 down to ending number 29, which is going to be the what do you call it? The
Kimi no
Muna, the final DP ending. So we have them over here to the side. We'll obviously get to
there's
that.
2 versions of that too, by the way. So.
Yes, but I don't think it's like that drastic of a difference. I think the big difference is like the visuals for it.
No, nope. We'll discuss it when we get there, but there is actually a difference.
All right then. So, do they fix the Piplup issue though?
No.
Okay, never mind. Well, we'll get to that when we get to that about an hour and a half from now, TSS. So here's how we're going to work this one. Previously, when we did the opening songs, for the opening ones, we tended to focus not only on just the visuals and the song itself, but also the full version of those said songs. Because, you know, they have some additional lyrics and stuff in that one that adds a little bit more oomph to it. For the ED version, as stated beforehand, we're only going to be focusing on the TV size versions instead. Basically, just the visuals and whatever musical piece is in that particular track. So, if you guys ever want to go and do one for yourself, I will give you guys the link at the very end of the session so you guys can go and find it out for yourself and then do your own rankings. And then we'll see you guys post it over in the Twitter, you know, with the image and everything all there. So we have 5 different versions of rankings right here, as you can see above us. So we have S, A, B, C, and D. I wonder where everything is going to be placed for this session, so we'll find out momentarily. But is there anything else that we need to bring up before we get into this one, or do you guys believe that we are finally ready and good to go for tonight?
Well, I know John was talking about the PS3, PSP, and Vita thing getting shut down, but I think we talked about that last week. So.
Yeah, we did. We talked about it because I think back then it was a rumor at the time.
Yeah. And now
however, it's officially confirmed now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because the old website to buy the old games are gone now. So okay.
All right then, everybody. Let's get right into it then. Let us begin, ladies and gents. The Pokemon or / Pocket Monsters ED ranking, kicking things off with ending number 1, titled 151 or 151 to be exact.
You wanna know what's interesting?
And may rest in peace. So.
You wanna know what's interesting about this ending thing?
Sure.
So to prepare for this, I watched them all obviously, and now that I look at it, I'm like, oh, that's where the gotta catch 'em all Poke Rap got the Pikachu fucking.
You never knew this.
You never knew that?
No, I mean. Think about it from my perspective as a little kid who knows nothing about fucking Japan for real. I looked at it and obviously, like in the Poke Rap, they had 2 Pikachus balancing on Pokeballs and shit, and all of that. And then I'm watching this, I'm like, oh, okay. So I see all they did in America was they took the footage, cut it into 2, and then mirrored it. So it's just 2 Pikachu. I was like, oh, that's where that came. It was a very nice kick to my like nostalgic head. Like, oh, that's what that's from. There it is. I didn't even know America was allowed to use ending footage.
Well, they do, and we're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah.
I mean, the song itself is but I was like, that's cool. I like that. I know that now.
Yeah, the more you know, right? So, as Polly was bringing up before, the person who sings this particular ending song is done by Unsho Ishizuka, otherwise known as Professor Oak, the original VA for Oak, as well as Pokemon Kids in that song.
Yes.
As stated before, rest in peace to the man, the myth, the legend himself. It is an interesting read to hear about like how he was kind of nervous doing the song at first because he never did something like this before.
Really?
But he grew to appreciate it as time passed on. So yeah. So I appreciate this version. I think it's a lovely song. I don't think it's like up there in my absolute favorites of all time. Also, Joker, thank you for the subscription. Hey, look at that. We got some subs up in here. Thank you so much for Joker.
I think it's really cute. I enjoy listening to it, but I also agree. It's very simple, obviously.
It's not a bop, but yeah.
This is kind of like, this is delving into the more like creative side of things, but I always had this cute little headcanon that Professor Oak used to sing this to Gary and Ash when they were little. And because at the time, obviously, they only knew of 151 Pokemon. But
I get Gary, why Ash? He just come into Ash's house and just start singing.
Because Gary and Ash used to hang out together as kids, so I don't know.
Also, actually, this is going to be a perfect opportunity for the chat to get involved. Instead of using that straw poll that we did before, we're going to be using the Twitch poll instead every single time we're
Yeah.
going to be talking about the endings. So we're going to
Yeah.
be focusing on ED1. So I'm going to be making a poll right now. To those in the chat, you guys can contribute your take as well by putting in what you believe is the perfect ranking for this. Personally, to me, I would put it for rank B. But anybody else though in the call, what do you
Yes.
guys feel?
Yes. I think
Um,
that's
It's fine in B. It's fine in B.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But there's more. But there's more lore to this. So,
Okay.
Shakugo Juichi, first ending. First of all, Unsho-san, great first ending. Also, it's one of the very many endings that were written by Hirokazu or Hip Tanaka, and it's also historic because many people actually discovered the song from albino black sheep from the early 2000s because of the old Flash animations. And what's great about that Flash animation is that there's three things of note: Colin Mockery, Pee Wee Herman, and a pacemaker.
What?
Yes. So if you want to see the original meme video from back in the day, go to Albino Black Sheep. They still have the fucking video up. Search for 150 or search for the actual Japanese name Hyakugo Juichi on Albino Black Sheep, and it's there. Very classic early 2000s Flash animation video.
Interesting. All right.
And I give it a low B.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's good in
pretty
B.
much the chat agrees as well, and everybody else here seems to agree. I think it's worthy of a B ranking. No
Yeah.
disrespect. It's right there in the middle, just where I believe it should be. All right, then. So let's now move on into ending song number 2, titled simply Meow's Song. So this one is very interesting because from what I'm seeing here, this song actually comes back again at a later point. Like it only shows up for like 9 episodes around episode 28 to 37, but then comes back for a few episodes in 65 to 68.
Yay.
So yeah, Meow's Song. It's an ending. I mean, this is where we also got to see well the VAs. Let me see if I can remember the VAs.
Inoko Inuyama.
Maddie.
Inoko Inuyama.
Yes. Inoko Inuyama perform as Meowth here, and of course, this is where the signature Meowth with the cute little guitar comes into play.
And what I love about this is that and what I love about Maddie Blaustein, who was the English VA, obviously for Meowth, was that in the episode "Go West, Young Meowth," he actually wound up singing that in the episode, and Maddie was so dedicated to matching the Japanese voice actress that yeah. Wait, is
Maddie was
Yes.
Maddie-
No, I
yeah.
was talking about the Japanese one.
Inoko Inuyama is female, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say C on this one.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool how Maddie was always very dedicated to matching the Japanese voice actress, and I could tell she loved singing and whatnot as Meowth. So, but I also agree.
Like,
It's not the most exciting.
it's not a disrespect for her. I'm sure she's doing a character. Obviously, she's playing a character. I never liked Meow's voice. That's the problem with Meow. Yeah, I just don't want to hear a whole song of. No, okay, I'm good. Just give it a C.
I will actually give this one a mid B. Also, very nice. Also, there's another version. Check out Nyath no Uta 2000, which is on the OK CD. Also, Inoko Inuyama actually did an album called Inu Cafe in 2007. She did there was a bonus track called the Sanshin version, or the Japanese banjo version. Check that out. It's a great version, especially with Inoko Inuyama's older sounding voice. It actually does a pretty good justice, and actually it sounds more appropriate in with the Sanshin rather than the original. So, like I said, check that out. So mid B for me.
All right, let's see. According to the chat, they also agree. A vote for going to ending for rank C, and for rank B, they give 5 votes total. So it seems that a lot of people are also kind of siding as well to the B side. So I think a B. But like, if we're gonna continue doing the B, I think this would be dead last in my opinion.
Yeah, like literally, like it's the lowest B.
Yeah, just slightly by a margin, it manages
For
to
me,
surpass
it's
C.
C only because it's Meow's voice.
No
Oh my
disrespect to that. I think
God.
she did a great job with what she
No
could do.
disrespect to her. Yeah, she's doing her job. She's voicing a cat,
Yeah.
but
Then now there's another
it
Meow
sounds
song.
like a cat.
Now there's another Meow song that I honestly believe is going to be higher up in the list, but we'll
Yeah, I
get
was
to
gonna say
that
the
when we
one
get
Meow
to
song I'm thinking of is higher, but that's because it's in a completely different context.
it. Yes.
And because it's your favorite series. So.
I didn't realize Johto was your
Actually-
favorite series.
I would say that's not my favorite series.
Okay.
Oh no, I was getting confused.
Yeah, you're going a little too far ahead.
I'm going too far. Yep.
Too fast.
Okay,
Alright,
so the third one that we're going to be talking about is going to be Fantasy in My Pocket.
This one weirds me out. I don't like it. C tier.
Yeah. I'm agreeing with you.
I know TSS is gonna rank it somewhere high, but it's boring and it's weird.
Actually, no.
Really?
I would actually. Now, there's two versions of this. Also, it's the first ending that's used digital paint. There's two versions. There's the standard version, and there's the Christmas version where the end refrain is "Merry Christmas." It's Sachiko Kobayashi's first song for Pokemon. It's catchy, but it's not really an ending that I would frequently listen to. So therefore, I would give it a high C.
Insane Game Freak is like, Pokemon has
down with
endings? Yeah, just like
Yeah, I
One
guess
Piece.
so.
Oh, wait.
I mean, I'd give it like a low C, but
Yeah, I give it a C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the
Yeah.
F tier? Don't worry, we're saving that for next week for one ending in particular.
Damn.
Yeah, it's obviously
Damn.
Dirty Doty, of course.
Damn, squirrel.
Nah, so yeah, I agree. I think this goes into a C. Nothing really special with it per se. It's just sort of there. Like I'd rather listen to the Meow song than this one, honestly, because it's Meow's voice. I mean, I can't disrespect Meow's voice, so yeah. That's all I can say on that. To the chat as well. Once again, we're making another poll. We're having the rankings there. Make sure to vote. You have like about 2 minutes for it. Let's see if there's any little interesting trivia with this one in particular with Fantasy in My Pocket. I know there's like...
Well, it was used for that very first trailer from movie 1 where you have that older version of Kasumi in it.
Oh, and the Nurse Joy and their kid.
Yes.
Oh, that's the song that was used in the background?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also
Weird.
also the song was also used in a cut also, I believe, in one of the later the later M1 trailers too.
Interesting. I see here that there was also a Christmas variant as well.
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Yeah,
That's the
so
one
so
you're
the difference,
referring to.
the one that I'm referring to, the Christmas version, is at the end. You hear the sleigh bells, and also the final refrain is "Merry Christmas."
Huh, okay, interesting. All right.
Instead of la 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 la, that's la 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 la, Merry Christmas, la 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 la, Merry Christmas. You know that one.
Wow.
Interesting. I did not know about that one.
All right, ending 4.
That's why
So once again, chat even also agrees that it deserves to be in C with a total of 6 votes. Thank you to the chat as well for contributing to that as we move on into the next one. ED number 4. This one is titled Pokemon Ondo.
Yes.
Ondo.
Pokemon Ondo.
TSS is
Ondo.
gonna rank this one higher, but me, I'm like meh on it.
I was once under the influence and
What
danced
influence?
to this song. Well, you know,
She was shit faced.
yeah, and I danced to this song with my one friend who was also.
I'm sorry, out of all the songs you can dance shit faced to, you chose this one.
Because we were listening.
This-
Well,
This is turned down for what for you?
DJ was driving us home, and
Okay.
'cause it was-
That's got nothing to do with him. You chose,
no, I know, but it was because I had this playing in the car. I just randomly had it playing.
honey. You chose to turn down for what? For fucking ending 4. That's your choice.
It's a cute ending.
It's all right. Yeah, it's cool. I give it a C.
I'd
Yeah.
rank it higher than Fantasy in My Pocket,
Okay,
though.
yeah, actually,
Yeah, I'm
yeah, I'll
rating
give it a
higher.
yeah. I would higher than that. Yeah, higher than that.
Yeah, I give it a C.
It's nice. It's a cool little song. Like it's not terrible. It's just not my favorite.
Yeah.
I would okay, so I would give this a low A. It's Kobayashi's best ending. It's very catchy lyrically. It has the traditional style, the Japanese style that works. It really is fun to listen to, especially the full version. But even the short version is really fun to listen to. Seeing all the Pokemon dancing, Satoshi and Ko in the kimonos, really really nice.
I like seeing Jigglypuff fuck up at the very end of that.
Yeah, it's just it's also one of those rare instances where we actually get
It's
to see them
it's a
wear
Hail
the kimono. I think that's the outfit.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So for according to the polls, it seems we got a tie between C and D for this one. So
Really? Damn.
yeah, I'm surprised it's in the D.
Yeah.
Damn, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So okay. So given that a lot of us and even TSS going with the A, I think at this point the highest C probably is going to be the position is going to be in.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
everybody
like I
for
said,
the most part agreed with
mine's
C.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. then.
my list is different. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Everybody's list is going to be different at the end of the day. That's why we
Yep.
have this link for you guys, which will be right at the end, for you guys to go and do for yourself as well. And let us see them whenever you finish it over on Twitter. You can use the hashtag PokePod or whatever you want and at us as well, even at the PokePod World. Show us your rankings for it and let us know what you guys think of it as well. So we'll get to that a little later. Now then, let's continue. So
All right.
this is
Here we
where
go.
this is where things start taking a turn
So-
for the better, I think.
So a little story time because this is the first time I think reverse nostalgia exists.
Care to explain what that means?
I didn't watch endings for real until I want to say I mean because obviously I didn't watch by the time we got to this series of this era of Pokemon, we were still watching it in English. Wasn't introduced to Japanese Pokemon until I want to say the end of Diamond and Pearl, the beginning of Best Wishes.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I didn't start looking at endings until all the way up until that point. So Sun and Moon, I got introduced to this song. Then I go backwards and watch it and go, oh, this is what they're referencing. This is it. This is Type Wild. Okay, I know what Type Wild is. So it's weird to hear it in reverse order.
Yeah, where you see where it all originated from.
It's like I'm nostalgic for the song, but for the completely wrong reason. I'm nostalgic for the Sun and Moon one, not the original one.
Now, to me, Type Wild was different for me because I thought Type Wild was an insert track. I thought it was exclusively for an episode, and that episode, I think, many
great
fans.
insert track, however.
Yeah, and of course, a lot of people might not notice, or may notice. Actually, I don't know why I said not notice, but may notice is that this was used as an insert track for the Infernape versus Electivire episode,
Hello.
the finale of the Rivals in the DP saga. And I thought since then, because that's when I transitioned fully into the Japanese side with the audio and everything. That's where my take initially started with Type Wild, and I always thought that was an insert song. When I discovered that was actually an ending song, I was shocked. I was like, wait, this originated from how long ago? The original series back in 2000s, early. So yeah, that threw me off there. Or 1999.
This was also one of the first Japanese endings I saw, and I think it was similar with Tyrone because when I first got into the series, all I listened to really was Pikachu's Jukebox because I wasn't too educated on Japanese stuff. But then leafing around YouTube all the time back in the day when things weren't immediately taken down, I found Type Wild and I found a bunch of the other Japanese endings, and I loved it so much. So to this day, Type Wild is actually my favorite ending.
All right, now then, to those on the call, let us now begin our. TSS, what you guys say?
No, you gotta stop right here. You didn't let me finish.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you finished yet.
No, I didn't. First of all, I give this a high A. I like Rika's fast singing style, and the song structure is extremely memorable. However, there's a second version that we're not going to talk about, but I will talk about this. There is an English version that was sang by Robbie Davis that was used for endings for Pokemon Encore. It's a different. It has different drums and also, like I said, Robbie's vocals. I give that one a mid A. The lyrical pacing is much better than the Japanese one. Why did I say better than the English version? I got to get my things.
Now, I do want to
No,
add a
but I
little
feel
bit.
the delivery, but I feel the delivery is less gritty and powerful like Rika's, but it's still a great version. So, the Robbie Davis version, the English version of Type Wild is pretty good too.
Yeah, you can actually find it in the CD release of OK. I believe it was included in that one, if I'm correct. In the
Mm,
OK CD release because that
yeah,
came with some bonus tracks included, and that was one of them there. That's when I
Oh, and I
that
think it's the placement of Type Wild here is basically the Pokemon League. It's Pokemon League all the way up to like Orange Island.
yep.
yeah.
Nice. That's a nice placement for that. I like
That's
that.
why it felt
Oh, also
so. That's
considering
why
the
it
fact
felt
that
so
Sun and Moon's
appropriate.
also considering the fact that Sun and Moon's Type Wild takes place during
Yep.
that league.
Yeah.
Oh,
That,
neat.
that's why it's such a huge nod and
Neat.
respect to the original because it also
Yeah.
takes place during the league just like the original did and paid off beautifully in that moment. But we'll get to that next week when we get to it. So for now, it team chat also agrees with like just by 1 point manages to defeat S tier and is majority A tier. And a lot of us here seem to also agree as well that I think it deserves to be in the A tier.
Yes,
Uh, we'll see maybe if later down the
Yeah.
road this could shoot up or not. But for now, I think it's best to say this is probably one of the Kanto bests. I don't count
Yeah.
Orange Islands as Kanto. I
It's
just count this as its own
yeah.
thing.
It's personally S for me, but I can see why everyone because it's very simple. I just liked it. Obviously, for me, this is so personal because it's Ash's technically like Ash's theme.
Now, with that being said, I want a 20th anniversary release, which I think is already too late for this, but I would have loved a Type Wild remake of it. Not the one that we have from Shoko Nakagawa. I mean, like Rika actually doing it, you know.
Yeah.
I think that would have been great. I still love the Shoko Nakagawa one, but we'll get to that when we get to that. For now, though, let us move on into the next one. Why don't we? So the next one is
riding
going to
on a
be
Lapras.
yeah, and
First kill.
it is literally titled
Yeah.
"Riding on a
Yeah.
Lapras." I
It's
think this is
bland
the
out.
song that
Yes.
is sung by Misty, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. And this
Yeah.
pisses me off because it's like Misty never got her own ending, but they had her sing this random boring one. So I mean, it's cute.
I mean, they're
Again.
Well, actually,
traveling on
well, technically, technically, it
traveling
is.
on the
It is technically yes, it is her because she is credited as Kasumi in the
Yeah, it's
in
like a character song, but it's
Yeah.
not her
yeah.
character
Not
song.
actually her.
Yeah,
I
it's like
actually
her.
like to think that
I
the
mean,
room in the
they're
beginning
riding on
is
the
her room.
they're riding on the sea, so I kind of
Yeah.
got it. She's
I
water.
like to think that the bedroom in the beginning is actually Misty's room, just for fun.
Yeah.
But
I would actually give this a high B. It's highly underrated. It's highly underrated. As
Boring.
Katsuki Seiyu sings it pretty well, and also pleasing. And also, I'm also basing it off of the visuals as well because at the very end you see both bars at the top actually like transition away. I did like that.
Yeah.
It's actually a very underrated song, like Rival.
Yeah,
is a
I
very
was about to
underrated
say
song.
that Rivals is one of the most underrated from the original series because I think it just
And
gets
so is
slept
La
on by
Persinote,
everything
in my
else.
opinion.
Yeah, I mean, like
So is La Persinote.
because it's between two bangers.
yeah, the original Message of Pokemon Master and okay. I mean, like it has a lot to live up to, but opening two is still completely underrated in my
High B.
opinion. Now with this song, I don't have that much of an attachment for it, but I still appreciate the visuals that accompany it. But I'd still probably give it
Oh,
either the lowest of B or highest of C's. Let's see
I
what the
would,
chat
I
has
would
to
give
say
it
for
an
this.
ending. I would give it a C.
Uh,
I
Low C.
it's above Fantasy in My Pocket, and I think it's probably between Pokemon Ondo and Fantasy in My Pocket.
Like so, right here, base. Actually, yeah. Well, I'm surprised I didn't actually
Or
show this on stream here, but yeah, I think that should be fine, right?
Hmm.
Between the Ondo song and then the Fantasy in My Pocket, you think that's the perfect placement for that?
yeah, that's what I personally think. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, I personally either see it as the highest of B's or the lowest of C's, but it seems like a lot of people
You
also
mean
agree with
lowest
C.
of B's and highest of C's?
Lowest of B's, highest of C's. I apologize.
Wait, what's
And
the
it
poll
seems
say?
that C in Twitch here,
Yeah.
majority vote is on C. So
C.
C
Yeah.
placement, I think, is the best place for it then.
Hmm.
All right. Once again, as we stated before, everybody's going to have their own tier ranking for this. This is just a collaborative effort between us here in the call and, of course, those with the community. So if you guys ever want to make your own, we'll tell you more about it later. For now, Let us go on into the next one, which I think is going
Oh,
to
God.
be for. Is it
It's like
Johto?
Meow's party or some shit.
Oh no.
Is this the first Johto?
No, this
ending?
isn't
Yeah.
Johto.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is? What?
Yes,
Oh.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, no
Yeah.
problem.
Oh yeah, Meow, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, God.
this is a trippy song. Let's get this out of
This
the way. This
one.
is a very trippy as hell song, man.
Weird.
It's nightmare fuel.
I hate how the rockets are designed like this because they're like cartoon flat, but they still
Yeah.
have like these like swiggly motion to them as well. And
Yeah.
it's like
Just like
yeah.
Meow
in a
from the
2D
beginning
it's in a
playing
2D.
the organ creepily in the dark. Like it's disturbing.
No thanks.
D.
Damn! I forgot to lower the time to 1 minute for this one. Now it's gonna be on for 2
There was an
minutes.
English version.
You
of
want to
this
know
thing.
why I don't think this is a? Well, you want to know why I didn't think this was Johto? Because I don't see any fucking Johto Pokemon.
Well, there's a reason. There's a reason for that. Actually, not actually. No, there actually is. You're wrong, Tyrone. You're wrong. There's actually a Blossom in there. Let me tell you.
Excuse me. The one fucking
the one
Blossom in there.
blossom.
But okay.
TSS said it like I was wrong by a large margin. No, it's the one Blossom.
It's one Blossom. But here's the thing. So first of all, I commend them for actually making the effort for the 3D animation. Well, first of all, Meowth's animation is done extremely well. They
Those
actually
are
spent
stadium
time.
models, aren't they?
No. Well, the other Pokemon are actually from Pocket Monster Stadium Kinging or Stadium 2. But
Okay, so
Meowth's
I was
one,
right, Stadium models.
Meowth's one is actually custom designed.
Well, yeah, that one sticks out like a sore thumb. I'm talking about the others in the back. That's
Yes.
stadium model. I know stadium when I see it.
Yeah. So, but this is the first ending that you can really see everybody, which is like Megumi, Shinichiro, and Inuko's voices like blend very well together, and it's indicative of other things. I give this one a mid A.
Also, I just realized I put B and B there instead of D. I apologize for that. Yeah,
Also, I love Eddie Petty's comment. Watched it while smacked. Proudly say 10 out of 10.
Well, also,
Nice.
as Polly also mentioned, this was one of the first. This was actually one of the first songs that was dubbed into English of Pokemon Karakamon. Now, in about 2001, during an afternoon airing on Kids WB, they accidentally aired the Japanese version of this song because I found that out years later because I was realizing, wait a minute, this is not English, and then I realized, oh crap, they actually did the Japanese one, and then after that, Pokemon Karakamon disappeared.
Good culture, those children.
they were trying to sneak it in for us,
Yeah,
teach us
yeah,
the Japanese
yes.
culture that exists out
Yes
there.
to the party. Ba-da-da-da.
Okay, now with that being said, I'd give it the lowest of B's in my opinion.
By the way, the chat is gonna have to deal with this.
Yeah, I guess I'll give it the
singing.
lowest B.
Yeah, and it's
Because I
there's a
listen to these
time.
every day, so
Let me see here.
sorry.
Okay, Mouse. Okay, Mouse Party.
Yeah, I'd say Meowth's Party gets the lowest of B's. I still believe it's still very energetic and high pop, so I approve of it.
Yeah, Donnie actually remembers one of ours. So yeah, exactly. So I wasn't the only one here that actually
Nice.
noticed that. Very nice.
Okay, now then, ready for this one. This is going to be interesting because
Okay, it's two versions.
this is going to be one of the two versions discussions that we're going to be having. We're going to be having side A and side B. Side A is going to be focusing on the 8th Japanese opening titled Exciting Pokemon
Eddie.
Relay, which is from
Oh, the Pichu one.
Yeah, it's Pokemon Hara Hara Relay and then Hara 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 Relay.
I like Pichu.
Yeah, it's weird to explain.
Okay.
Like,
I like P. I'll give it a B. I like Pichu's.
This is the one. I don't really have an opinion on this because I'm like a little. This is probably I'm like most unfamiliar with this one. I think I skip over it all the time.
It's very techno-y. I like it.
Well, okay. For me, there's two different versions, and I actually give them two different rankings, and let me tell you why. They're nice songs musically, but I'm not really a fan of the lyrics. But the faster version, the chaotic high tempo-ness, I like it better for that. So since we're talking about the first version, I'm gonna give it a high C. Yeah.
there we go. I'm just making the poll right there for chat. So
Yeah.
you guys.
So this is So because then we're gonna talk about Hara 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 Relay. I'll make additional comments, but for this one, I'll give it a high C.
Okay, yeah, in my opinion, I would also give it a high C as well. I don't really think it's
I
up
look at
there.
both versions of B. I like both of them.
All right, so let's see. I think the one with the blossoms is side A.
Yes. Hada hada.
Hada hada.
All right, there we go.
Yeah. No. The one. Yeah. The one. Yeah. The one with the one with that. Yeah. Let me try
Yeah.
that.
And then the next one's hada hada hada.
Yeah, so now let's go and focus on
Hada hada hada.
yeah, so let's get to
I
that.
like hada hada more. I don't know. It's more fast paced, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the chaotic energy with it.
I give the Hada Hada version a low B.
Also, listen to how fast she fucking says it. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, and also that the person who sings it is actually Kodak. The
Damn.
The same for
I'm
Psyduck?
sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Eminem. Who?
Yes.
Also, Chad
Yes,
agrees
actually,
with.
and on my Twitter, you could actually see the slow version being performed from the Pika Concert 2001.
Okay, so let me just go and post this here for those in the Twitch. There you go. You guys can now vote for ending 8B. Yes, they are very different amongst each other, surprisingly enough.
Yes.
And
Also the fast version doesn't have a karaoke version because people will probably sprain their tongue when they try to sing that shit.
Yeah.
I think this ending is referring to like a Ditto who's unable to transform or something like that. I feel like I'm about to bite my tongue every time I'm going to say this.
Hey, that's a bop, though.
Yes.
Let me see the English lyrics.
Four.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there are like Last Chikorita, and then there's Ditto can transform and celebrates by launching fireworks with bang. A passing ladybug faints from shock. Good lord. Yeah, I'm gonna give that probably the lowest of B's. I like the second one.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, there we go.
Also, in my opinion, the visuals on it match it better than the slow one.
I mean, anything fast paced, in my opinion, is always going to be.
A lot of people agree with B. Yeah, so.
All right, it's perfect. So the lowest of B's. Okay, then let's get into this one.
Paradise.
Takeshi's Paradise. Now, fun little fact with this one.
Give it an A.
Now, let me just get a little fun trivia for this one because there's a little fun thing I did with Takeshi's Paradise back in the old channel before it got deleted. There was actually a point where I think the group or the comments made me sing this song at one point, the Japanese version, and it was so butchered, man. But it was in that moment that I really got to appreciate Takeshi's Paradise a lot.
This was actually also the reverse nostalgia for me because when I started watching the Johto series, Brock sang this a bunch of times, and then I realized that it was based on the Japanese ending. So, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead. Continue.
No, I was gonna say, ironically enough, I think people expect this to be my favorite. It's not my absolute favorite. Just because I love so many of the endings, but it's definitely probably in my top 10. So,
if we were ever in a situation where we need somebody to distract somebody long enough for something to happen, this is the song right here where you do it.
And also, I wanted to add, Kevin did when we were in DC for Worlds. Kevin, and we all played this game as a group called Guess the Anime Song, and he played this. And because it has that long pause at the beginning where you can hear the ocean slightly.
Yeah, and then like that little beat with the guitar, like.
I was the only person who knew what it was.
Does he ever play the song with Ludicolo?
Yes.
Good. All right, good. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
In the Mobile episode.
Yeah, it's one of I forgot about that Mobile.
So my thoughts on it. Great vocals by Yuji Ueda. It's too bad that she didn't really get utilized more. The animation really sells the lyrics, and also if you looked on the Anipoke PR Twitter, it has the alternate version or the corrected version where Jinx is purple and not black, because if you go on the Perfect Best 1 and 2 DVDs, it's black. So that sometime in the late 2000s, early 2010s, they redid the animation so that Jinx is purple, not black.
Right. Oh yeah, Hyperov is right. He also did it in the Psyduck episode.
Yeah.
In Sinnoh.
Now, in my opinion, all right. So, did everybody get their opinions out of the way for this one?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. In my opinion, I think this is gonna be the first S rank.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's gonna
Okay.
be the lowest
Okay.
S rank, though.
I gave it the A rank. I gave it the powerful A.
Yeah, and also it seems like the chat also agrees that it deserves to be in the S
better
ranking
one.
as well, with a total of 3 in that one.
Okay. Well,
And
like
you're
I said,
just
that's
slightly
Facebook.
beating A, and then B, C, and D all getting 1 votes each. Once again, to those
Okay.
in Twitch, though, if you guys can, make sure to also contribute to the polls as well. It'll usually show up at the top. And just open that up, and you'll be able to contribute your votes for the endings that we're talking about.
I popped his ass on A. I like him.
I love this ending song. This is my personal favorite from OS, in my opinion.
Wow.
I know some other ones that are great. Like, okay, I shouldn't say it's my favorite because I completely forgot the next one they're going to be talking about.
Well, it's Boku no Best Friend.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, this
okay,
is one of
this
my
is my
favorites.
okay. If I was to say Takeshi's Paradise is my second favorite, this one is my personal
Yeah.
favorite from OS.
Well, the first time I heard this, I almost started crying because somebody made an AMV, and this was obviously during the DP era, but I guess the person who made it was an OS fan, and she put like basically everybody and their partners, even characters like Duplica or Sakura, like just random, like they just made it so touching and so wonderful, and it just makes me so nostalgic.
It's such a
Um,
beautiful song. I love
yeah.
everything about this song.
Yeah.
It
What I
is
didn't
so
realize-
touching because it's supposed to refer to the relationship between both Ash and Pikachu in it. And I think the person who sings this song,
Hiromi Iwasaki. Hiromi Iwasaki.
yeah, it does
Yeah.
beautifully with this one. And there's
Um,
not that much in the visual department for it as well. It's such a simple little thing.
Yeah.
That
I gave it a low A.
Yeah, I give this like either I put it below below Type Wild, but it definitely deserves to be up there in top
Yeah,
in the
Yeah.
A material.
it's kind of slow for me, so I give it a high B. But I understand if it's an A.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think the
I-
visuals and the song itself are
I'm
just
not digging slower songs, so that's probably why.
So I didn't realize when when PM.net unveiled the This Is Pocket Monsters playlist on Spotify and I guess other streaming platforms, there was a cover of this song added, which is I think like a softer, like an even softer like piano
Yeah.
version, and it came on. I was driving to Walmart and like I almost like, oh no, not the cover of this one. I never even knew this existed. It was,
why we
oh
have it.
man.
Now, there's a very cool thing about this that I'm surprised we don't have. I at least can't find it anywhere. There's apparently a creditless version of this song that goes for 3
Yeah.
minutes and 44 seconds that shows clips
Yes.
between Kanto, Orange Islands, and Johto.
Yes, there actually is another version. So there's actually three different versions. There's the short version that you saw in the anime. The one used on Hoso 2 or Mewtwo I Am Here is a longer version, and the 3-minute version was a bonus on, I believe, one of the DVDs.
Yeah, and also
Ooh.
it seems the chat also agrees.
I think it's on DVD.
It deserves to be in an A rank. What do you guys think? Deserves A?
That's fine. Yes.
That's fine. I mean, like I said, it's a little slow for my taste, but I like it. I mean, like if it has to be an A, I can live.
Okay, then.
Yeah,
Let
I
now begin into, I think, the first. Well, not the first, but
No.
the one of
no,
many of
no,
Team Rocket.
no. Oh yeah. This is
Okay.
Go ahead.
So this is my third favorite ending overall, but that's just because I'm a Team Rocket stan. So I really love this ending, but I understand that it probably goes somewhere in the middle. I'm guessing. I guess.
Okay, I in my opinion, I would
I'll
give
say
it a
it's
low A.
energetic. Yeah,
Right.
it's energetic.
Mm.
I love the dance. The dance is so stupid. I love everything about it.
I like the beginning of it. I like how it starts.
Yeah, I just I also like the remix version. There's a remix.
I like the pose they do at the beginning of it too.
Yeah, and Boba Fett swinging on in front of the curtain.
Okay.
I love it so much. This is the plus this aired in my favorite season. So
I don't know why I get when at the start of it when they're dancing. I don't know why I want Johnny Bravo to come do the monkey with me. Come on. It looks like it. I don't know. It's got high energy. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one I'm going to give a high A. It has very catchy
Yes.
music, has great sounding vocal harmonies from all three. Also, there is a triple pun and a double pun. There's a triple pun on moriagaru because moriagaru means to rise up, but they also do mori mori, which is like excitingly or with gusto, and also trees pop up because mori means forest. And also, the double pun on muku muku. Muku is to peel, and muku muku is to rise. So they actually do
Chukamuku.
that's what it is. So
That's cool.
yeah, so I would give this. I'll give it a high A below Type Wild for me.
I think my favorite part of it is like that pa pa para 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 pa pa para pa pa and then roqueto done like at the end.
Oh, I was so pleasantly surprised in all of you. I thought,
No, it's like listen, when
No,
we
it's
get
a
to a
good-
chance
listen,
to
it's
re-listen to it again.
It's a really nice song. Catchy.
oh wow.
I
I
like
can't
the
say what my
energy.
second favorite
No,
ending is
It's
yet.
not
Yeah,
even that it's a great song. I just like Team Rocket's energy is good in this song.
Yeah, it's one
yeah.
of their best ones, I'd say, in my opinion. So we agree in rank.
I gave it a low A.
I'd
I
give
gave
it a
it-
low A too.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm fine with that.
And let's see what chat has to say on this one as well. According to the chat, the toll is going majority vote for B, but it seems like it might have been canceled out by all the A's that we got here in the group.
I gave it a low B, high A. A low A, high B.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, don't worry. I get mixed by that too, buddy. So I think the
Yeah.
lowest of A's probably deserves.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I can live with that.
As long as it's like last place. That should
Like
be fine.
last A, yeah.
Yeah.
I can live with that.
Yeah.
All right, then. Now, let's go to an ending song that I really give
This
two
one,
shits
I
about.
gotta thank TSS for. I gotta thank TSS for this one. Only because remember when we used to stay up to watch Journeys?
Yes.
So we would watch the Johto episodes,
Yes.
Mhm.
and that was this opening. This opening was the one that showed. I like it. It grew
It's
on me.
alright.
It grew on me hard. It grew on me hard.
That's good.
I'm giving it a B. I'm giving it a high B, but it grew on me. Like I won't give it an A or an S or nothing, but
I
it
think it's a
grew
B.
on me. It's
Mid
pretty
B.
cool.
Mid B for me. Because it was originally the movie 5 short ending. But it has
Yeah.
the catchy country music sound and the lighthearted vocals. And again, if you go on AniPokePR, again, it shows the edited one, Jinx is purple, not black.
Yeah, there's a little variation for that one. And as stated before, it was used for the Camp Pikachu ending song, as TSS stated before. So yeah, it's a cute song. It's there.
cool.
I honestly just, out of everything else, though, I feel like I don't have much of an attachment to this song personally, like others here do. So I would give it like probably mid C in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll give it. I'm giving it a B. If it gets lower or mid, if it gets mid to low B, that's fine. But I'm giving it a solid B.
Yeah.
Like I said, I have history with this one. That's probably why.
What does chat have to say about this one, or you have pretty much nothing to say for this one, chat? Just like overall, like I said, to me personally, I don't really have much of an opinion for this one. I think it's just okay. I don't think it defeats like the Rocket song that we just talked about previously. But according to the chat, though, it seems like the majority here votes for B. So I guess the lowest of B's.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I can live with that. I can live with that.
Okay.
It's fine.
All right, now then, let's get the hell out of original series and move on into
We're in AG.
AG, which I believe, in my opinion, has the best streak of endings aside from like one or two
This
endings.
is one of the best endings.
I will say visually, this ending's really good.
I'm gonna say it right now, it is the absolute highest of S in my opinion.
Yes.
Oh, I'm not gonna give it that high now. I'm gonna.
That is top S. Let me tell you why. Here we go. Here we go. Laundry list of stuff. So this in my opinion is the best song of all time. Very powerful lyrics, smooth vocals, beautiful fretless bass work, reminiscent of like Elton John's The One, and also Weather Channel local forecast music from artists like the Rippingtons from the late 1980s, early 1990s. Beautiful animation work, and if you take the karaoke version and put it into like a WeatherStar 4000 simulator, it will feel just like at home, like you were listening to early to mid 90s Weather Channel. It is so pleasing to listen to. And
This is your favorite ending, right? Teaser?
this is yes, this is my favorite Pocket Monsters ending of all time.
Yeah.
I can listen to this all day long.
I grew to appreciate this even more. Like I loved this originally, back when I like about a few years ago and stuff like that. But during the rewatch, I just began to appreciate it just even more because going to the lyrics about this song, like actually seeing what's translated and everything, it's just so
Yeah.
beautiful. I love it. Like it says here, it's okay if you fall, you're you, and that makes you wonderful, and stuff like that. Like the translated versions of this lyric is just so heartwarming in my opinion. It hits me right here in the feels. It's the first like since the Boku no Best Friends that really just hit me in the strings. And it's also just Ash and Pikachu. They're like there's no Brock, there's no May, there's no Max. It's just those two.
Yeah,
Plus,
And I think that's what makes it so special.
I don't know. Like for me, this one, it's beautiful visually. Music wise, I think it's kind of slow for me, but I know it's gonna get a higher rank than what I gave it. I gave it a high B.
Oh, I was gonna say. Plus, this made it into, as much as I don't like the Pokemon Symphonic Medley, made it into that, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of the many rare occasions where we get to see something like that.
Yeah. I gave it a high C, but I understand it might wind up in an S or A.
Yeah, and it seems Chad agrees with the S as well. I also agree with S, and I personally believe this is the first ending to get in S tier in AG's side of things.
Yes.
All right, then. Anything else you guys want to contribute to this one, or should we move on into the next one?
I am indifferent towards the next two, and I'm going to get some water, so I will be right back. Actually,
Okay.
I like Gotta Dance, but like,
I think the next one is going to be Polka or Doka. I think that's what it's pronounced.
Oh, it's Polka Odolka. It's Polka Odolka.
Yeah, Polka or Doka, something like that. So,
Okay.
Now, I'm going to say this right now. I grew attached to this song during the re-listens, like just last week. I don't know what it is about it that I love it. I think it's the musical beats of it, but I just love how Meow sings. This is one of those rare occasions where I think Meow's voice actually works well.
Yes.
It's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would give this one a mid to high A.
I'm giving it a mid B.
Yeah, I give it like the lowest of B's, or I mean the highest of B's or lowest
These are
of
the
A's.
lowest of A's.
Yeah, I really love this song because it's just so catchy. And also, we get to see spinning Suba, which is also really great. I need to make a gif of that. Of just when the Suba just starts spinning in there, just make it infinite. Spin! But yeah, like I really grew attached to this one only because it's such a weird Meow song that I enjoyed quite a lot. Also, we got to see Mudkip actually dancing on two legs, which I thought was very weird as well. So.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of cute little visuals with this song. If you just take a look at it, once again, you can look at all this in the AniPoke PR Twitter account. They uploaded all this, which coincidentally, by the way, today they uploaded it all the way to the DP finale, which perfectly times well with our PokePod thing for tonight. But yeah, so once again, I appreciate it. I like the song. Not really up there, say, like with the one we just talked about previously, but definitely still an enjoyable one regardless.
Yeah.
And people seems to agree, A as well. So how do you guys agree with like probably higher than the Team Rocket song, but lower than Boku no Best Friend?
That's fine. That's fine.
That's fine with me. Like I said, mine is, like I said, mid to high A. So
Yeah, I think it hits in that sweet spot for you then. All right, then. So let's see. Chat, once again, as I said before, Poco Doka, rank A. All right, then. Now let's go on into the next song. Smile.
I get a lot of like the first AG endings vibes from this one.
yes, it's very similar. But that's why it's good.
It's just got everybody in it this time, and it's cool to look at. It's beautiful to look at.
I thought this was, not gonna lie, I thought this was movie, what was it, 16?
Yeah, it's got like that vibe of like just like chill, let's walk towards the,
Let's walk to the horizons, have some cute visuals accompany it as well.
It's nice. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's very nice.
Wait a minute. Do you have both versions of Smile on here, though?
I know that it had two versions of it. However, when I went to check on what is it called? On on the Pocket Monsters one, they only showed me one version of it. They didn't
That's
separate.
okay. We're gonna have to. Well, okay, I'm gonna have to like fix that at some point because there is
There's a lot of variations for this
Well,
one.
there's only two versions. Version 1 has the well, actually there is a lot because once the Pokemon evolve, that's when it changes.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. There are 9 variations to this ending in total.
But there's two major ones. There's the first verse and then the second verse. The second verse I'd actually rank higher than the first verse, but both of them I put on as a high A. High
Okay, I'm
A.
back.
Yeah, I would say
Welcome
high
back.
A above my Mukito Keto down for me. So
Are we on Smile?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're just talking. I think this is the first ending that does variations to this degree.
Yes.
With like updating the team roster and everything to update with
that's
who's.
correct.
Hmm.
Yes.
I'm kind of like Tyrone with some of the other ones. I love the visuals for this ending. It's not exactly my favorite song, although I think the vocalist is beautiful. It's just not personally my favorite, just because it's a little bit slower and kind of sad. But I can definitely appreciate it for. I think it's also it's a very good one.
Yeah.
Also, it's a great insert song too. It's a very calming, powerful message.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
AG does well with some of the slow songs they have here.
Mm.
Yes,
Mhm.
that's why it's some of the best.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, as we continue talking, let's see what chat has to say, actually. Chat agrees with a tie between A and B. So what do you guys think about high B then for this one? High Z B.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine with me.
All
Like I
right.
said, it's your
Oh boy.
Yeah, once
It's
again,
the
it's just
next
a
one.
collaborative effort. And you can make your own list whenever you can on the tier maker site anyway. So there is no actual
Nice.
answer. It's just fans working together. But I still I'd still, in my opinion, put it for high
Next
or
is
mid A.
Full of Summer.
All right, so probably without a
Every
doubt, this
summer.
one's gonna be highest S for sure.
No.
What? Full of Summer?
No, not
No.
really. No.
What are you gonna crack
No,
up?
Kevin and TSS.
No. It's high
No.
C. I give it a high C. No pun
Kevin-
intended.
Kevin and TSS know how much I.
Oh yeah, that's exactly why I slapped that
despise-
shit up into S.
I
Okay, I have to
despise
ask,
this
Polly.
ending.
Wait, you don't
why
like?
do-
I think it's high. I think it's a good.
This is my least favorite ending.
Wait, okay, so let's get into the
Annoying.
story. Yeah, I was gonna say get story mode. Why?
I don't really know, but also it's just annoying. The song annoys me. They're just
I think
randomly on the beach.
background. You want to know what it is? I think the background annoys me. Also, don't they pick some shit from the OG clips in that?
No.
No.
Yeah,
It's from AG
no, because-
stuff, but the
It's
thing is,
all
those are
AG.
from episodes itself. They're
Why
not
not?
like
There's a picture
exclusive.
of-
No, they do the
It's
Pikachu.
Ash and
upload. They do
Pikachu and
Pikachu.
Brock jumping towards the water. That's from
Yeah.
OG, not
Basically, it's
No,
whatever. It's like,
no, that's from AG12. Get it right.
Yeah, that's when they go
yeah,
to the
but
beach.
no, there's one with the
Well.
Pikachu on the float.
Yeah, that's from OG. I know what episode that's from. It's the one where Ash and the others are swimming. Misty shows up and Ash goes, "Wow, you look like a girl," and he gets hit by the fucking Master Ball beach ball.
Blah,
Okay.
blah, 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 blah. Like I cannot.
The one where they were jumping. The one where they were jumping is from AG12.
Oh no, I'm saying there's an image from
Yes,
OG in
yes,
there.
yes,
It
the
looks so weird.
Episode 40.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, Goggle Master said it from Tentacle to Tentacruel. That's actually the episode. Yeah.
New
Episode
poll.
seven.
Oh, all right. I forgot how I put this one.
One time I bothered TSS and he said that he would blast this on a megaphone.
I'm giving it a C. I'm not gonna give it that low D like
I'm
Polly
actually
did.
the song itself gets a high C, but with the visuals and very boring, it gets a mid C for me.
Yeah, I'm giving it a C. Like I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this the like. I still agree with you. I think the
It's
song the song is fine, but man, that visual department is like absolute bore.
See,
Like,
I'm like the opposite. I don't mind the beach. I just achichinachi.
It clashes with all the other endings. All the other endings have like animated backgrounds, and then meanwhile we got some beach off in the coast. I'm like,
Well, actually,
ugh.
to be fair, actually, this was part of the credits, the credits for movie 7. I think that's probably why they wanted to make that, because obviously they couldn't use fucking Lovely Boy as an ending, so they had to do this. That's the thing. Besides, you don't want. Just imagine if they used Lovely Boy as an anime ending, I would probably rank it F minus. But
you know you love that one.
I think it's just very repetitive. Also, it's go, let's go.
Not, that's Yapari Manatsu, go, let's go.
Let's.
I mean,
Uh,
the lyrics convey dimensions of summer, but the
Everybody else said. Everybody said D.
Yeah, so with a couple of people who say C, I think we'll post it for the lowest of
I gave it
C's.
a low C. Yeah, the dead last C.
Yeah, dead last for certain.
All right. This one, oh, the next one.
Okay,
the
now
next
before
one,
we continue though, I just want to mention there are like a ton of variations for
there's
this
three
one.
versions. There's 3 versions, and I'll go through them. But you talk first.
Yeah, but I only have one here on this
That's
list.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah, but
All
I
right,
know
so
there
you guys-
exists a power mix, if I'm correct. But
You
we'll let
guys
TSS
know-
talk about that in a minute.
you guys know. You guys know how I feel about the slower songs, but this one I like. Actually, really like. I put it in A.
I'd say this one probably is up there in S for me personally. Glory Day, I think, is one of the best.
I'm giving it an A.
Okay, so all right, so we have 3 major versions of Glory Day. Version 1 is the first verse. The version 2 is the second verse, which I would actually put above the first verse. And the third version is the one in late AG during Battle Frontier, where they had the once again it was like a clip, like clips of the episode. So version 3 would rank the worst out of those 3. But I would put it in mid S. Now, unfortunately, this is incorrectly stated as the original version, but it's not. It's the power mix version because it has an additional female backing singer, and the acoustic guitar is lower in the mix. And it's also, in my opinion, the best song of Pokemon that is not written by Hip Tanaka. It has fantastic song progression and musical motifs throughout, including some great stereo separation of instruments and catchy lyrics that makes you just want to sing along with, and a powerful, positive lyrical message.
I love
we
the
sung
first
this
one.
song.
Mid-S.
I think we sung this song in the karaoke when we did karaoke.
Yes, it's
Oh.
one of my favorites. Glory Day is one of my favorites to
I
sing.
forgot we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did this one.
I'm
I think this
giving
was
it
like
an
one of
A.
the first things we did, actually.
Yeah, I'm giving it an A, a solid A, because the song's good. I like it. It's
I remember you guys sang another ending that we won't get to this week, but we'll save that for next week.
For what we sang?
Yeah, you and Tyrone.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I know
Oh,
which
yeah.
one it is.
All right.
But yeah, I'm giving this a solid A. It's nice. I like it.
I give it the low A, honestly. Maybe just by margin defeating Takeshi's Paradise, but I'd still give it S. An S is still remarkable regardless.
I haven't given anything an S on my list yet.
All right, what'd you say, TSS? You also agree with an S?
I'm sure he's gonna give it an
I've said it's a mid S for me.
A. Okay, cool.
And I think the chat also agrees. A majority vote also agreeing it is an S tier. So I agree it should be in the middle between.
I
the
put it
first
as my highest A.
Ah, nice. Okay. I'm curious to see everybody's list when we get to finish this part 1 phase. So yeah, once again, this version has a lot of variations, but the one we're talking about is just.
Can we skip the next one so we can go to the May one? I'm kidding. Let's go to Pokemon counting
let's move
song.
on into this one. Pokemon counting song. I have no attachment to this song.
I don't care. I don't care. Boo.
Yeah,
Okay.
me either.
D.
No, I would say no. It's actually better than some of the other ones. Actually,
All right, fine. We'll give it a mid C. Mid C. I can live with that.
Like the song is still okay, but like.
You
know what it is?
Also,
It's a
lyrically,
counting song. I don't care.
but actually, the animation goes really well with the lyrics. So
Oh, I'm sure it does. I'm not attached to it.
Yeah, I ain't attached to it either. And
Me
also,
either.
it's literally
Yeah, because
smacked in between two of the best ending songs in Pokemon.
Yeah, how do you? Yeah, KG just said it. How do you recover from Glory Day in the next one?
the answer is simple. Like I said, Pokemon Kazuuto is part of actually movie 8. So
All right. So
Let's see
hope
what
the
chat
doesn't
has to
mind me
say.
yeah, what does the
singing.
people have to say about this one?
Well, it's still continuing on, but yeah, it's like as we wait for it to finish up. Let's see. Final thoughts on this.
About that one?
I just gave it a D. Am I allowed to vote?
Wait, you gave it a D. I gave it a fucking mid C. I'm being more reasonable.
Okay, it's a tie between C and D. For
And
this one.
D.
It does have 2 votes for B though. So
let's what? Okay, let's put it in. Let's put it in like right before Full of Summer.
Like right here?
Like-
I don't think it deserves to be
right.
last place because I think Full of
Oh.
Yeah,
Summer.
no, not last place, but right before Full of Summer. Like right before.
Love it.
I just realized Lemon Coin is in the chat, and Lemon Coin, I love your art. I just want to give you a shout out.
Oh yeah, Lemon Coin's art is great. We actually had a art stream a few weeks back, and Lemon Coin did some hilarious artwork of like Primarina. My favorite is still that Swablu with them legs.
Oh, I have been seeing Lemon Coin lately. Yeah.
Yeah, the artwork is great. Continue with the great artwork, Lemon Coin.
Yeah.
You got my
I
support
like
for that.
I like the Petalburg shirt that May has.
Yeah, I love when we get to interact with like the community in ways like this. It makes me put a smile on my face when I know that, you know, in our ways, like our voice still has some contribution out there in some way, shape, or
Yeah.
form.
All right, let's get to my girl.
All right, so now let's move on
Robin's
into okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk
Hey.
about our girl Dawn. No, I'm just kidding.
High A.
Yeah,
Why
wait,
is
this
it-
isn't an S tier for you, Tyrone?
Not yet. We're
This-
getting it
I'm
out.
surprised by
this
that.
is an S tier. This is an S
It's
tier. for me.
good. I give it a high A. It's damn good.
It's the best image song out of all the female travelers.
Actually, it's not an S tier for me. Like, it's not 10 in blah. For me, collaborating with the PokePod, this is S tier. But
I want to say it's highest A.
Yeah, highest A. I agree with that. Highest A.
But
Yeah,
the thing though is, I will let you guys finish, and I will say
I'll-
why. it's for me.
okay, I also want to give a slight reason. This is like everything you could ever want in a character ending. This has all of May's interest. May is the one who sings the song. Her rivals are featured in it. Like it's very high energy. It's very she
Yeah.
uses all her little sayings in it too.
Mhm.
It's just so relevant and so true to her character, and that's one of the reasons why I think it's one of the best.
I think my favorite thing about this ending is just how it shifts tones. Like it starts off with like this heavy kind of rockish type feel to it, but then in the chorus beat, it sounds like a pop song, but it works so well.
Yeah.
Here's my criticism for this ending song though. I'm not a fan of its placement in the series. I think
Yeah,
that's-
it's funky. It's funky.
Yeah, I agree.
I
will
think the
agree.
ending song, like visually, it's great. Song wise, it's phenomenal. I just don't like that it's literally in the final episodes of the series. I feel like
It's
this would have
funky
been
as
better at
fuck.
like maybe the start of Battle Frontier or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think it could have worked
Yeah.
better, but it being the very last one, it's like we already saw all of these adventures unfold. I would have preferred seeing it like a journey to her final goal. I think would have made more sense. But still, regardless, though, it is an absolute bop for certain.
Yeah.
So, as I said, it's the best image song for any female traveling companion. Coyote's vocal performances top notch. The lyrics bring out Haruka's personality, especially with the combo verbal tick. And also the ending animation was impressive for the time. Absolutely impressive. So top notch visuals at the time, top notch lyrically, and I believe. Even though, I think I'm pretty sure that Spunky Strider, her band, probably worked on the thing here because it definitely sounds like a Spunky Strider song.
Let me see here. Artist is Haruka's, otherwise it's Coyote. Lyrics, Choji Yoshikawa, Kazuya Nishioka. For composer and arrangement by Kazuya Nishioka. So
Yeah, so it's probably So like I said, it's probably done. It's not a hip Tanaka song. It's probably like a Spunky Strider song.
yeah. Now, with that being said, I think what also helps contribute to this one is that this was also accompanied by one of the best openings of the series in general, Spurt. This was a CD release that had both of those.
I love Spurt.
Me
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Better than
Spurt
Battlefield.
all over your screen.
Yeah.
Still not the best. Still not.
Tyrone and I against you
Well,
both.
it's a double.
For
Well,
Spurt
it's a
versus
double-
Battle Frontier.
Battle
Well,
Frontier is
it's-
S tier for sure, but still, regardless.
Yeah, but the other thing is, this was also the double A single. So yeah, because you had Spurt and Watashi Makanai on double. It was a double A single. So
This one also makes me hungry for ramen.
The chat said S, by the way, I think.
yes, and they're right.
Watashi.
See,
Are we
good-
allowed
good
to
job,
vote?
good
Because
job.
I've been voting this whole time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've given my contribution, but according to the votes from the community as well, it seems to be 3 for A and 6 for S tier. So I would like to think it probably is behind Glory Day, but above Takeshi's Paradise.
Yeah.
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 It is a song that shouldn't go unnoticed in my opinion. I still believe it's
Yeah.
one of the best females out there. Now, personally,
Mm.
it's not the best one, but definitely high up there for me personally. Actually, no, never
Mhm.
mind, because the other song is not sung by the VA that we're going to be going into right now. So let's get to it then. Why don't we? Let us now adventure into the world of Diamond,
Diamond
and
and
Pearl.
Pearl.
We're gonna kick things off with this song, Kimi no Soba de Hikari no Tema. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, Tamo. Yeah.
Hey,
And
hey,
now I'm gonna say
Polly.
this right now.
Yes.
Polly,
Yes.
guess what?
Good.
This is my first S one.
What?
I know,
Thank you,
right?
Tyrone. Thank you.
Hey, I don't like Dawn as a character, but her songs are fucking bop.
Actually, okay,
Boy.
this is the first ending that I learned how to play on piano and that I can play fully on piano.
Okay, I'm gonna say this right now though. For my side personally, out of all the openings and all the ending songs that exist in this series, I'm talking about every single song out there, both the opening and the endings. This is my favorite song from Pokemon in general. This is my
Really?
number
This
one
song
favorite
go,
anime song.
bruh. Dawn may not be my favorite character, but her song fucks it up.
I love how it sounds, and the
I like
singer
I like
Green
the-
does phenomenal.
I like how the coin toss is in there and stuff. The step, the jump part, the art. Oh my god! It's just
Yeah.
good.
I love all the different versions of this song. Like they have the soft ballad version when she's upset and she loses. And then they have the high energy, the orchestrated version when she usually does her appeals. Blah blah blah.
Okay,
So good.
so this one I would give a low A.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
All right, this one I give a low A. This is
Did
another-
you have
the other
anything
one
to
as
say
well.
for this one?
I do because there's 3 different versions.
Which
Real
we
actually
also have in this list as well, by the way.
right. The original one I give a low A, very highly energetic, but I still prefer other songs. I mean, Goodine is a great vocalist. However, though, the other 2 variants suffer, and we will get to that in just a few moments.
All right. So yeah, I agree. Like I stated before, in my opinion, this would be up there as the number one.
This is my
song.
first S rank on my list, by the way. I want to
Hey,
let
I'm
you.
just
That means it
surprised by
beats
that,
May.
honestly.
I feel like May's version, because May's comes right before Dawn's. I feel like May was them getting the hang of making female good endings, and Dawn they just knocked it out of the park.
Also, fun little fact with this. Not many people might not notice, but the VA for Dawn actually does sing this one, not in the versions that we have on the TV series, but it was actually included in the Psycho Everyday CD release. Which
That's actually my favorite version.
yeah, I loved
new
her because it just feels appropriate because she's the one
Yeah,
singing
maybe
it, so it is
they-
Dawn's character song. You know, it turns into Dawn's song at that point when she sings it. The community has came into a split decision between rank S and rank A. So, how many here in the call agree with an S rank?
I agree with the S.
Me,
No.
yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a 3-1, unfortunately. But I do believe that at that point, it probably is going to be behind Haruka's theme, though, I want to say.
Yeah, because Haruka's theme is a better song.
Yeah, and
Because it was
unfortunately, we also had to account for the votes that we had from the chat as well. So I feel like having
Yeah.
it right there.
I like the guitar placements on that song. Oh my god, Dawn's song fucks it up. Like right after the guitar when she says coin and toss, I'm like, oh shit, whoa, hold up, it's just good. It throws me off how good it is.
My favorite bit is always going to be the chorus bit, go go go, you know, and then they
Yeah,
start
go
singing,
go
yeah,
go. And I like when
instead.
Ash, Brock, and Don all jump at the same time the song
Yeah.
tails through, and yeah,
And
I
the
like
artwork
that.
for Dawn as well during that sequence is
Oh
just
yeah,
so adorable.
when she lets her hair down, she doesn't have all the stuff and it's blowing in the wind. I'm like, oh, this is cool.
And this is the first ED for this series too, which I
All
think
right,
is.
Tyra.
But yeah, so now let's get
Thank
into
you.
this is gonna be one of many, and this is what I feel personally hurts this song a lot. It has 3 freaking versions of this song.
Yeah. So-
I hate that.
So the pop-up version I give a high B.
Yeah. we're not gonna give the community chat for this one because honestly, there's not really much to say aside from it's
Well-
like different variations for this one. I think.
Well, yeah. So really quickly, I'll give the pop-up version a high B, and then the winter version I'll give a. Let's see what I have in my notes here. A mid S. That's the version I like to call the DJ Clue Salvation Army Christmas Band version. Too much over processing on the. There's over processing on the vocals, auto tune crap, and also the orchestration.
Wait, did you say mid S?
C.
I heard a mid S.
Mid-S.
No, mid C.
Okay, I was like,
DJ
you're talking
Clue,
slander on this, and you put a mid.
No. I think what happened, the slip of the tongue with
Yeah, I think that's what happened, but it just sounded.
It happens to me a lot too, so it happens to me
mid-C.
too, so I understand where he came from.
Yeah,
It's C. Mid C for me for the winter version.
yeah.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
see now I see where you're referring to. Tara.
This is also, I think, one of the first endings I put on my iPod Nano in like 2009. I used to listen to it like in 8th grade or 9th grade on the bus. And I had like all 3 versions. Like, I don't know. I have these like weird unlocked memories now with this.
Yeah, so like listen, Kimi no Soba, that the original I think is a slap. I just don't think the other ones live up to the original in my opinion.
The pop up is like the pop up is what happens when you have a stroke, and the you solve it. The DJ version is what happens when you get the guy. It's what happens. It's what happens when you get the freaking the Salvation Army Santa and then low rent DJ Clue to do your music.
All right. Well, I think we agree with the
I don't
placements that
remember what
TSS
the
put for
pop-up
this
sounded
one.
like.
All right then. What do you say, guys? Let's move on into the next
Yeah.
one. Why don't? Yeah. Okay. This is another good song. Not nowhere near to the tier of the original first ending.
I'd say it's better than Kimi no Soba Day. but that's fine.
Really now?
Yes, I'd say it's better.
I think it's up there, but I personally wouldn't say it's better just because I'm very attached to
I give that one actually the mid
But-
A.
This one is a really good ending just because this is one of the first
Message of the win.
Yeah, this
Okay.
incorporates so many of the characters. Jesse, Kenny, Zoe, obviously Dawn.
The Butterfreeze.
I feel like I'm missing people, but like I just love that aspect. I call this the coordinator ending.
Let me see. According to the characters that are in this, there's Ash, Dawn, Brock, Jesse, James, Zoe, Kenny, Nurse Joy, the many of them, and also all of their Pokemons as well. I think this is one of the endings that also had like that weird beginning where it's like showcases the Pokemon logo in like this weird font with like the neon colors and
Hey,
everything.
it's upbeat. I'll give it it's upbeat. I'll give it a B. It's upbeat.
My favorite part is Jessie on she has like the lollipop wand or something, or like the
No, Maho. No, it's Maho no Jumon. Whatever.
yeah.
AMV
I like that
looking one.
Like this one reminds me so
It's
much
like
of
Bewitched. It's like Bewitched. They actually that was actually nod to Bewitched.
Oh, really now?
Wow.
Yeah. If you look closely, it's a nod to the Bewitched opening because it's popular in Japan.
Huh, did not know
I
that.
don't know.
All right,
Lawyer-
now I give it an A. What you guys say here in the call? I know TSS said S.
No,
I give it a
no. I do not give this an S.
Really?
No.
You said this was better than
Yeah. For on my list, it's mid A.
Oh, okay.
Because
Sorry, I was looking at the list here, so I was thinking it was
Oh.
S.
No. For me personally, it's a better song than Kimi no Soba De.
Okay. So
But the original version is Poka Poka.
I give this a mid A because I still like Type Wild and Boku no Best Friend a little bit better, but
I give it a B. Mid to top B. It's okay.
yeah, I'd agree with the mid A personally, and it seems the chat also agrees with mid A as well, or just A, I should say, not mid A. So
however, what were you gonna say?
no, I was just gonna say.
Oh
so I
no,
think
we
the
were gonna
placement
go to
for
the
A.
next one.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So
Which-
here's the thing. This version is called the Poco Poco version, as TSS said before.
Yes, Poka Poka, and it's a complete downgrade in every
Yes.
sort of way. It is a mid C. The problem with this version is it's overprocessed vocals, and it sounded like DJ Clue was too trigger happy with the musical processing sound
I'm actually watching the Wallace Cup right now in Japanese. And we're on this one, and it's just annoying. Like I skip it. It's the same reason as TSS.
This ending song is the reason why the skip button in Netflix exists. Man.
I'm giving it a D. I don't care.
Yeah, no, it sounds like they're like singing through a tunnel or something.
Yeah,
like
it's worse. It's worse than the DJ Clue Salvation Army Christmas Band version of freaking Kimi no Soba Day. So
All right, let me fix that placement for ETSS then. There you go. All right, then let's move on into the next one. Now, like I mentioned to the chat, this one I'm probably not going to go put into a poll because it's literally just another version, and a lot of people unanimously just
Yeah,
came to an
Diamond
agreement.
Pearl does that a lot, where they just have multiple versions. Of
And I don't like that because sometimes the originals should just be as is. You know, they don't need to touch upon what's already good. Maybe instead just do a second verse and that's it. That's perfectly fine. You know. All right, then let's move on into ending 22. Titled Surely Tomorrow. This is the Piplup and Pikachu song, is it not?
Yeah.
This
one is really cute. I really like it a lot. I wouldn't say it's the best one, but you know,
I'm giving it a C.
I give it like a B. I give it like a low B.
I'm giving it a C for cute.
You know what? That's actually perfect. I do that.
I would also give it a high C. While the lyrics are fine, I don't like the tone of the singer. That's the only reason I don't like it.
Yeah, and also the visuals for this are also pretty cute as well. So
the visuals are fine and the lyrics are fine. I just don't like the tone of the singer.
Yeah, that's the thing that throws me off because I think the lyrics are perfectly good. It's just the way the singer performs said lyrics, I think, is what pulls it away from being up there. But that's just me, of course, you know. And it seems like chat is coming to an agreement with like 2 votes going to A, 2 votes going into B, and with it just wrapping things up right now, 3 votes going to C. So I think having it at the highest of C's probably is the perfect position. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I think this probably was one of the shortest ending discussions we've had in the entire thing. Like it's like
really nothing. It's really nothing for it.
Yeah, I feel bad for it. Like it's good visually, it's cute and everything, but like there's nothing to kind of go with for that one.
I feel bad because I think the whole point is that Piplup is like feeling bad or whatever. Like it's
yeah, and it's like we don't really care about Piplup, so it's
no,
no one cares about Pokemon.
No.
Just that stupid noise.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's now move on into ending 23. Get fired up, spiky ears.
This one's adorable.
I will watch this one. I'm gonna give this one a mid A.
I'll give it an A too. It's adorable. I love it.
It's another classic hit for Hip Tanaka. Fun lyrics, great vocal performances by Shokotan. Excellent animation flow, because the animation flow I think really gets it. First of all,
Wait, Shokotan?
Yeah, Shokotan did this
I did
one.
not know that.
I think this is their first one, no, for an ED.
I love the little
first show. It's
I
first.
love the little Pichus doing martial arts towards each other and shit.
But this perfect animation flow throughout the ending is like matches the lyrics perfectly, in my opinion. Also, it's one of the best musically in the electronica era of Pokemon, which is during DP. It really one of the best musically.
Also, this is one of those rare instances that we get to see a bit of that Shokotanese in that lyrics as well. Many people might not know this, but there is something called Shokotanese out there, which is a funny way of saying how Shokotan pronounces particular words. Like Nakagawa mistakenly said Giza rather than Giga in some of the parts in the ending.
Adorable.
This personally isn't one of my favorites, but I think it was kind of like, I don't want to say revolutionary for its time, but what TSS was saying about kind of transitioning into this more of the modern era of things. And I can understand why it's popular. But it's not my
Just say it's cute.
It's cute. I just
Okay, so the chat comes to an agreement with 2 going into B.
What the hell?
What?
Chat, it's cute.
So I think it. You know what? Actually, why is this Piplup one all the way over here? It should be a little lower.
Look, Tyrone, I analyze these very meticulously.
Yeah, I'm an analyst, and I analyze that it's cute. So just
C for cute. Damn it.
And then move on.
I think it deserves the highest of C's then.
What? No, give it higher. Give it A. It's cute.
Well, according to the chat, they agree with B.
Oh,
And a couple of people say C.
Fine. Give it high B then.
Nah.
I'll put it.
Give it high B.
I'll put it between the Pikachu 151 and the Meow song. Then
What? That's a much better song than those two.
you think so?
It's cute.
Oh, okay. I thought
It's a much better fucking song.
Okay, how about that then? I don't think. Well, actually, what about Smile then?
No,
Savion-
I think Smile's better.
Savion said, "Fuck cute shit. All my homies hate cute shit."
Actually, why is this up here? I think this should be lower. All right, there we go. So, okay. So now, what do you guys say? We move on into the next one then?
Yay.
Okay. Okay, this is
Here
one
we
of
go.
the other songs I'm just not a really big fan of. It's
I like this one. It's not.
This-
Wait. Which one?
This is
Oh,
the
which one is it?
trickiest
yeah. Which one is it?
Yeah.
Yochino. Da-da-da-da-da. Yochino.
There's actually like 8 main versions of the song.
Yochino.
Yeah, I ain't gonna go through all.
This one,
There's 2 major ones. It's different verses.
I tweeted about this ending the other day. I said it's trippy as hell, but it's low key a banger, and I still stick by those words.
And apparently, Looker was in it at some point.
Yes.
Yes.
They're like, what are they doing? TSS. They're like naming.
They're comparing them.
Yeah.
It's literally comparison. It's docino, which one,
Wasn't there? What? No, sorry. Wasn't there a version of like dancers in
Yeah,
this?
it's live action. Yes, they also had
Okay.
the live action version too, which is like I said. That's why there's so many freaking variations of it.
Yeah, I see it right here. In fact, actually, when I went to the Pocket Monster site, I was so thrown off because I'm seeing everything here, and then I go all the way down to the bottom, and for some reason, I see real life people here, and I'm like, when the hell was this an ED song, and why have I not seen it?
That's all because first airing. Once again, the people that didn't watch it on the first airing, they do not know that this shit existed.
Yeah. So, in
Yeah.
my opinion,
Also, it's on Sunday as well. So
all right. So, with the community, it seems like they decide to give this one a B.
low B.
Okay,
Low B.
Mhm.
that's fine. I gave it a C. So
Yeah, the highest of C's or lowest of B's. I think that's fine. All right, then, everybody. Let's wrap things up for tonight. Why don't we? With the
It's
final
time for some
song,
heartbreak.
"In Your Heart, La La La," or "Kimi no Mune ni La La La."
I hold the tears.
Now,
I didn't know
TSS
Drakovich was in this
before.
one.
Yeah, so here's the thing. TSS earlier ago had said that there are 2 variations to this song, which is true actually because I believe there are some different lyrics to it.
Yes, that's correct. So what it is that for all of the for most of the versions it's using the first verse. The second verse is used on the final episode. This has a positive lyrical message that fits the ending of the DP series and not too many vocal effects. It's really pleasing to listen to musically, so therefore for both versions I give it a low A.
Hold on, let me just everybody's saying Dean's endings. Yeah, back in his old channel, that was his ending song that we would play at the very end of his videos. Wouldn't he?
Aw.
But yeah, so Kimi no Mune ni La La.
I get a very Inuyasha vibe listening to this one for some reason.
Maybe the singer has done an
Oh,
ending song before.
Monica. It's Monica.
Yeah, it's got like that Inuyasha deal going for it.
Wait, really? Wow. I'm
Yeah, it
learning
is
so many
Monica.
things today.
Let's take a look at some of the things Monica has done in the past. Why don't we? While we're gonna let the community vote as well.
Let the community decide.
I love the piano version that was unreleased. Still. Of
Why
this
is
and main
Monica only
file.
just referenced for 2 songs here?
Because that's what it is.
There's an insert song that they did for Pokemon Heroes. Don't tell me it's the one I'm thinking of.
Yes, Secret Garden.
Oh my god. What a glow up. Holy shit.
I thought you liked that one.
Yes, I do. But I just didn't expect to see like from the English style going into just full Japanese with this one. That is incredible. I did not think that was. Wait, is that really all?
Yeah, that's all their stuff. And also, if you look the pin tweet on my Twitter, that's the only live performance of that song.
Wow. Kind of sucks because I think her voice is beautiful, man.
Yes.
Oh wow, we have a three-way tie by the way for this
Yeah, I
one.
saw that.
It's a tie between S, A, and B. I've never saw.
Okay, it's definitely not a B. It is definitely higher than a B.
Sab. I'd give it an A.
Yeah.
I
I'd
think it's
give
an
it an
A.
A.
Yeah.
give it a low A.
Yeah, I give it an A.
I want to say it's probably behind Boku no Best Friend, but
Well,
higher
Yeah.
than the
I agree.
the Wind song.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's fine. What does Chad agree? Chad agrees with this one. Also, I'm gonna need to go listen to Secret Garden again because oh my god, I forgot how good that one was. All right then. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, look at that. We hit right in the buzzer with this one at exactly 12 o'clock right now. Ladies and gents, we have completed our ranking for part 1 here. The fact that y'all put this in A is super troll. Trust me, I wanted to put it in S, but they said A.
Yeah.
And also the community also says a three-way tie between S, A, and B. So we have to listen to their favors there. Who the hell said B? That's what I want to know.
Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is our ranking for now. As you can see, we got 3 AG endings in S, 1 DP, 1 OS, and then for A seems to be majority. Actually, not sure. Majority OS, I think. 2 DP and 1 AG. And then just everything else in B and C. So far, there is no D's yet, but maybe that might be saved
No
for a
D.
later point. You never know. There might be a little tease for what is going to be
Weirdly
coming
for me, we're starting to read.
D.
Weirdly for me, we're starting to reach familiar territory now.
Yeah, okay. This is why I said this is going to be interesting because what we've been doing right now has been the pre-reboot era.
Okay, you put that back. You were right.
No,
I still think
there's an
B5
exclusive one for this one. We'll get to it when we get to it. But yeah, so this is the post reboot era. This is where I think a lot of fans began transitioning into the Japanese side once DP came
Yeah,
to a
so we're starting to
closure.
reach familiar
So
territory.
yeah, I think this is where fans, both new and old, are going to start showing up a lot more in this one. We're entering into the BW era, wrapping things up with PM 2019. I'm curious to see how things are going to shape up for this, but for now, this is going to be part 1 of our ranking. I wonder if you guys agree with this so far, and maybe you don't as well. I'm kind of curious to see how that's actually going to turn out. However, I do want to provide a link in the chat here for the tier maker site where you guys can go yourself to go and put your placement as to where you think the endings deserve to rightfully be in. In there, you'll be able to see all 50 ending songs that I think don't include like all the variations and whatnot, but for the majority, it should be there. That focus from OS to PM 2019. There is so much to go through. I think it might take you guys a while to go through it. I'm not sure. You guys can also give us your ranking as well over on Twitter if you'd like. Just add us at the PokePod World or add us just through our respective Twitter accounts, whether it be mine, Age Trades, Tyrone the God 3, TSS. You can follow them all, by the way, which is in the description down below in the Friends segment. So make sure to follow them there as well. And share us what you guys think is your personal list, ranking list to be exact, for the endings of the series. I want to say I think we did a pretty good job for part 1. I thought it was going to be more chaotic, but I'm very surprised to see a lot of us came to a unanimous decision. I was even surprised with Dawn's, honestly. I thought Dawn's was going to be lower in my opinion, but I'm so happy to see hers up there, very up there in the list. She deserves it. But yeah, so once again, everybody, if you guys want to do your own contributions to this, links right there for all of you, and I'll probably post it on Twitter as well for you guys to check out as well. So yeah, with that being said, I think now is the perfect time for us to go and wrap things up for tonight. What do you guys say?
One more thing, actually. Happy early birthday, Kevin.
Aw, thank you. Much appreciated.
Oh,
Yeah, my
Tomorrow.
birthday's like in 24 hours from now, isn't
Yeah,
it? From
yep.
that's what I said earlier.
yeah, the countdown toward my elimination from this world alongside with Super Mario is all coming.
Oh, also, if you are subscribed to Professor Silver or you want to watch him or anything, he reviews all the Pokemon in the anime. This week he reviewed Maze Blaziken.
Yeah.
So entire history from Torchic to Blaziken is all on his channel.
Nice.
Go check it out. It's a lot of fun. I've been really appreciating this channel a lot more as well. So, oh yeah, so chat also says as well, happy birthday, early birthday to you as well, Paula. Because I don't
thank
think
you.
we'll be able to celebrate your birthday in the next pod. I think yours happens.
Technically,
Well,
if we go
past
by
him.
your time, wouldn't it be the time? Is it not?
It's on Friday. Mine is on Friday.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Nessa's is actually.
No, I'm talking about KG. I'm saying, is it not the day or the
No,
day?
no, it's on the
Nessa's will
31st.
be. Nessa's
Oh,
will be next week on the PokePod.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
But
yeah,
thank you,
so
Hyper.
I think on excuse me, I'm not sure just yet. I'm gonna keep you guys up to date, but I would like to think that on Wednesday we're probably gonna be doing a birthday stream. As stated before, we're probably going to be having a little bit of fun playing some Among Us, or maybe just chatting with the community. You know, just have a little celebration right there with the community and celebrating B-Day, because why the hell not, right? Who better to celebrate than with the community there and with the folks in this call. So yeah, we'll see how things are going to shape up for that. We'll let you guys know on Twitter. Make sure to follow us there if you haven't yet, and we'll keep you guys up to date. Until then, everybody, make sure to tune in again next week for our conclusion into the two-part ED ranking list. So, yeah, we'll see you guys then. My name's KG Prestige. Here with me once again in this call, Tyrone the God 3, Age of Trades, and TSS Killer. Make sure to follow them down in the description below. And we'll talk with all of you guys later in whatever video we make. Take care, everybody. And as always, have an awesome day. And Terrell, I don't know what's happening with you, buddy. I think you're turning into a goose. I hope you're fine there, buddy. We got to catch up with you later, see if you're perfectly fine.
Tell him the thing.
Wash your fucking hands, man. Also, if you're 30 or older, you can go for the vaccine tomorrow in New York City.
Yes.
New York. Go.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Fun.
All right.
Bye-bye. Wash your hands.
Yeah.